The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm John Sitton.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
The G-Man.
Samira Swanee, Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
We the people, for the people. Jazzy Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/pitch talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
Dave McLaughlin.
I'm Rob Lusher.
Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
Former Chairman of Ibis FC.
Chairman of Alexandra Park FC.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Make sure you join the revolution, the football revolution.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Lusher, former Chairman of Ibis FC.
I'm Samira Swanee, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening
to Pitch Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJA, the G-Man, and of course Jazzy Fizzle, proudly bring to you the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions. Why? Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. We talk.
We got the bright lights. We got the big city, and it's all.
Thank you, CeeLo.
Bright lights at the big city.
I know where you're going to go with that. I know where you want to go with that.
No. Not yet, anyway. I feel like Wycliffe. Just go see that. Just go. And she got the dick going. Maxine, put your red shoes on. We gonna do the heels. Oh, anyway. Anyway.
Woo!
I say, Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution. We are working so hard to create. www.pitch-talk.com is the official website where you will feel the pitch talk. Or you will see the pitch talk. There was a DDP reference there that kind of went a bit skew-iff. But also myspace.com/pitch talk, pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk.
That is brilliant.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a typo.
For that alone, that right there is flop of the week. I'm sorry. I'm putting it out there right now, people. Flop of the week.
-5 already. But it's one of those where pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk is where you can go and see the blogs from yours truly, Straight Shooting LJ, the G-Man and Jazzy Fizzle, and of course guys such as Dave Mir, aka Missy at Missy on Twitter. So bro. So it's one of them ones. Lots and lots of blogs, much more blogs. Also, guys such as Big T have blogged. Ross Vernon have blogged for us as well. Remember, youtube.com/Pitch Talk for all of the videos. all of the videos at youtube.com/pitch talk. youtube.com/pitch talk. And Pitch Talk 1 on Skype. Call us. We're on Skype right now. We're going to throw to the Skypers in a second. But also another way you can call us is 07535804466. That is the mobile number. Call us, text us, and let us know your views. Whose eyes are those? Is that Michael Jordan in about 30 years?
No, that's Tony Dungy right now.
Who?
Tony Dungy.
Half a second, I thought you said Tony Danza. I was going to say.
Come on.
You got the wrong person. But also, tweet with us. It's one of them. Tweet with us at Pitch Talk on Twitter. Hey, we're Pitch Talk Live on Google Plus as well. So, okay. We are live. Remember, we are live on youtube.com/Pitch Talk, streaming right now. And for those listening eventually on the podcast, iTunes, Mixcloud, Podomatic, and Spreaker are the places where we podcast the shows. But I would like to ask first and foremost, Jazzy Fizzle, how's your week and weekend been?
No, you know what? I have to say this. My week and weekend, it was good. It was real good. And it's good to be back in this seat. I know, obviously, Tara would prefer if the G-Man was in this seat. But you know what? You can't always get what you want. So,
but if you try sometimes,
I'm here.
Then you might find you get Jazzy.
Yeah, baby. So, no, I'm in this seat this week. And you know what?
And Mike says Tara's not tuned in today.
Oh.
But that'd be funny to listen back on the podcast.
Yeah.
We haven't opened the video feed yet, so it'd be tremendous.
So, But,
what's up to all the listeners on YouTube and the listeners back on the podcast as well? Join the revolution, spread the revolution.
It's not peanut butter, yo. I'm just saying.
You gotta spread a revolution like peanut butter. I don't get how you join peanut butter though. But anyway, your week and weekend. I said join the revolution, then spread it, and then you mentioned peanut butter, and it was like spread, yes. The only way you could join peanut butter is when it's peanut butter jelly time. So you're joining the peanut butter to something.
Oh, wait,
and it's peanut butter jelly time, wait.
Oh, wait. So are you
and then you get the
peanut
baseball
butter
bat.
jelly sandwich? Is that what you're talking about?
PB&J.
Because there's all sorts of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm just throwing that out.
Hey. I'm hoping that brown stuff's peanut butter. Anyway.
Oh my goodness! Why?
Why? Because it's Pitch Talk.
It started early, people. Welcome to that footballing revolution we were working so hard to create. But no, back to my week and weekend. Absolutely fantastic. It's great to be back live in the studio with yourself and of course the G-Man and our Skypers. Looking forward to a fantastic show. I suppose the next question really should be, as he wheels himself in ever so slowly. G-Man, how was your week and weekend, bro?
You got stuck on the brown stuff.
How you doing? Yes, I'm back. Don't cheer for me.
Guess who's back?
Don't cheer for me.
Gang. Guess who's back. Tell your friends. It's G-Man.
No, but yeah.
Where did that go?
I like that entrance. I reckon we should record that and have that going on all the time every time I step inside the studio.
Well, I was gonna say
back
that.
Gang. Yes, he's back. Tell your friends. It's G-Man.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
and then just had to add Bender. I had to add Bender on there as well.
I'm back, baby. I thought Bender's was Jazzy's.
It could be. It's ubiquitous. It could be.
Okay. But no.
It's ambidextrous. That's the word I'm looking for. Ubiquitous means all around. That didn't make any sense. Couple right on the
It's for everybody, yo. It's for everybody.
And you could tell everybody.
And that was my weekend, folks.
No, that was. Thank you very much. Good night.
Yeah, so the G-Man had a fantastic weekend. Straight shooting man, how was your weekend? Tell us.
My weekend.
And of course your week as well. Let me get the week too.
Week was mad busy. The weekend was mad busy running around as well. But Saturday night was hilarious. For reasons I will not go into on air. No, G-Man, I won't.
Oh my goodness.
All I can say.
It's happening already, people.
All I can say, for some people, there was a lot of drinking. There was some CBing as well.
Some what?
CBing.
Oh, so were you the KOCB?
No. I'm saying that and the brick wall. Thou shalt not pass. But anyway, in terms of CBing, but I'm
gonna say it's a good thing the video feed wasn't open. That's what I'm saying.
But no, it was actually really.
Make sure you
really
keep it live on YouTube, yo, because the video feed will be opening shortly.
In 5, 4, no, like the Royal Rumble.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pitch talk, go!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I used to prefer Joe 90.
Really? You're ribbing me, right?
No.
Are you being sincere?
My auntie was a big fan of like Joe 90.
Joe 90 was terrible.
And all that.
Dude, I'm like,
it's like, mate,
the whole collection.
At least Stingray.
I'm like, look, Stingray, Thunderbirds, and Captain Scarlet.
Yeah. Captain Scarlet.
He's the hero.
When the Mr. owns plans to.
That's all I'm saying, right? So you can take your Joe 90, turn that some bit sideways.
No, you know why I used to identify with Joe 90? Because being young, he was young, and you always used to think.
What? Joe 90 grew up in South London, yeah?
He was gutter.
How can I identify with Joe 90?
As a child,
It's like me as a child saying that I identified with Spider-Man. A radioactive spider crawled and bit me, and I all of a sudden grew muscles and grew brave and knew how to do science. It's one of them. Like, what? Oh, that's tremendous.
Long story short, I used to like Joe 90.
I'm just
and
saying,
to cut a long story short, you lost your mind. No, I'm kidding. Oh, couple random track on that one. But let's throw out to our Skypers. I said my weekend was hilarious. But yeah, we got Kieran, Mr. Kieran Riley. How goes it, man? How's your weekend been?
My week was fantastic, lads, as well as my weekend.
All good, man. All good. And by the way, this is your first time on the live show, so we say welcome to the show. And let us know what team you support.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, obviously.
Obviously. You said that like a newsreader. Wolverhampton Wanderers, obviously. Didn't you know? And if you didn't know, now you do know. No, okay. Oh, good. Looking forward to next season in the Championship?
Oh, yes. Got my nice season ticket ready.
And Kieran sounded like Duffman there. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to life in the Championship. Oh, yeah. Mullen, you need some new faces. Oh, yeah. That brown shirt needs a little H2O. Oh, yeah. Anyway, enough of the classic Simpsons references. I'll give it that. Larry Duffman is just hilarious. That is actually Duffman's real name. It's just weird. But anyway. One of them was Callum Reveal is in the house as well. What's up? How's your weekend been?
Yeah, it was good, thanks.
Oh, good, man. Did you get up to much?
Not really, no.
I hear that. Nice and easy. We've also got Russ Burnham in the house. How's your weekend been?
Yes, not half bad, Liam. Myself.
Yeah, man. Pretty good. Pretty damn
I just
good.
want to mention something to the G-Man.
Oh, yeah, and Russ, you just happened to be online as we're speaking about something. Yep.
I just like to tell you, mate, that I wasn't doing live commentary on LUTV this weekend for Leeds against Guiseley, but we won 2-0 in that game. And those under-18s won 8-0, and those under-21s won 4-0. So 3 wins around the club this weekend for Leeds, and we've got another game tomorrow against Mansfield. And one of the people who was at the game against Guiseley, Danny Parker, he's just tuned in right now, and he told me at full time Leeds United fans racially abused one of our new signings.
Wait, what?
some Leeds United fans told one of our new signings, Solomon Decore, that he should get back to his own country and he's now fit enough to play in the Championship when he's only just joined us in the last few weeks and it was his first game for us
in pre-season.
Played very well, yes, and in pre-season as well.
Yeah. Firstly, every club's got a moronic minority. We know that. We've said that on a number of shows. And secondly, to be making judgments in pre-season is nothing short of moronic. So it's.
And I must say, whoever said that is a moron. And because I saw the highlights, and from judging on the highlights, they looked comfortable on possession and did very well for us in attack. And hopefully I get to see more of him when I go to Chesterfield this weekend, which will be my first look at the new Leeds United of the new season. So I'll do a blog on the result from that game.
Looking forward to that blog, Ross. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. We've also got Tom Wood in the house. How's your week and weekend been?
Week was alright, the weekend was even better, even though it thundered and lightning. Friday night got absolutely hammered, as it was my football presentation. Can't even remember a thing, all I remember is that I fell through the front door.
Yes! Oh, you know what? I know a few other people this weekend who fell through the front door. None of them in this studio, but it's one of them. Wow! I know if you...
And I wasn't even there, but so...
yeah, the story, the legend has been told. I've got a couple people to tell that as well. What the? Wow! Sorry. Oh man, it was funny. It was funny. Tom Wood, what else did you want to mention, dude, before we move on?
At my football presentation, my manager did a speech and he actually pulls his eyes out.
Oh, it's always emotional. Emotional.
Was his speech better than Liam's? Was it better than Liam's?
No, it was only doing a speech talking about why we changed our name and all that to like the name it is now. But we've got a new Facebook page, so it's all good.
You know what? You should do a comparison between his and Liam's. I think Liam's one's on. Is your one on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on youtube.com/Ibis Football. Ibis Football Club, I should say. Can you email me? That's an interesting one. Damn. Alright, cool. That rejigs a couple of things actually. Sorry, we've just seen something that kind of affects the special feature segments. Because we got special feature segments lined up for the rest of the summer. So it's all good. It's all good.
Keep it locked.
So we got plans, man. We got plans, baby. It's what we got plans, baby. But in terms of plans,
going nowhere, we ain't going nowhere.
Cause we can't be stopped, damn it!
Cause we pitch talk for life.
If you try and stop us, you will find out why they call us the superstars. Well, they don't call us the superstars yet, but they will.
You just had to go and ruin that.
You know where I kind of borrowed that from. Scott Steiner, WCW Thunder, the game WCW Thunder. That game was hilarious. When you press square and you get the little rants, you got Savage going, "Ooh yes, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Don't make a big mistake. Get with the madness, cause that's what you gonna get. Ooh yeah." And it's like, you know what? That's
you learned that word for word, didn't you?
Because I've watched it when I had.
You learned it word for word.
Don't make me bring it up.
You learned it word for word.
Ooh yeah.
You were saving that for show and tell people.
Show and tell, you know. I'll show and tell. Lucas ain't bottle in your face. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. At least they're plastic anyway. Aloe vera.
Hello, Vera.
Hello. Why have we just degenerated into Northern? Like, hello.
I love your ass.
Help, Parker. Help.
Moving on.
It just reminded me of about what a show or two ago where Russ was like, oh my mom my auntie called me a little booger. And it was like, it just reminded me of a show. I've been baking. Baking what? Baking a bomb cake. He's been baking a bomb cake. He's been baking a bomb cake like a big bloody bugger. I love Photoshop. But one thing we also do love doing is giving a couple shout-outs. Big shout out to the Section 357 show. Super Navajo Sunday. Big shot Ron and Floyd as well. Big shouts to Twin Gunner. Big shouts to Tweet White Line. At Tweet White Line on Twitter and Facebook.com/Finn White Line Magazine. What the hell was that? Scroll back up. What the hell are you doing? Where's that EastEnders reaction? It's like, what the hell? But also a big shout out to Samir Sawney, Director of Motivate Sports and Fitness. Facebook.com/MotivateSF and at MotivateSF on Twitter. Wow, look at the moustache. Oh, he's off. Oh my God. That beanies, you know. Look. I like that. Wait, what's the one under it?
No.
When the food from the restaurant is. No, that's. Wait, if you go back. Well, we go back. The one under. No. I'm sorry, guys, but this is. No, you know what, yeah. He's slapping what with the spanner. I'm sorry, but you know what, yeah. We gotta give a shout out to that Twitter handle again, cause that's funny.
EastEnders reactions. That's at EastEnders React on Twitter. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is my reaction earlier. I'm sorry. But it was.
Oh, I love that. I really do love that. Also, big time shout outs to Girls on the Ball as well. Sophie and Rachel of Girls on the Ball, at Girls on the Ball on Twitter and www.girlsontheball.com. They're actually at, I think it's the women's under 20s. They're at an under 20s match right now.
So, yes.
Big shout out to Alex Scott as well. He did a Q&A.
Yeah.
Guys, you knew what you needed to do.
I know.
Was it done?
No, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it.
And we don't mean that in a bad way. We wanted to ask Alex Scott questions on the Q&A. So not trolling. We don't do that. Well, not as pitch talk anyway. Yeah, anyway. Couple round out of the strike one. I love that. Kieran's just put in the chat. Trollolo. 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 I love it. But you know, Mike Arneman, how's your weekend been, man? Seeing as you just popped back in.
Yeah, pretty good, really. Quite busy. It was my mum's 50th on Saturday, so we were up at Newmarket Racecourse, watching a bit of horse racing, winning a bit of money, and all of that sort of stuff. I think I come back with over £100. So.
Oh, so that's why you had the suit on your Facebook pictures, and the nice comb,
yeah, that's right.
and the nice comb over as well. You're way too young for a comb over. But still.
I was just about to say.
So yeah, that was Saturday, and then yesterday was the actual birthday itself. We're just chilling out, having a barbecue around here, and a few of mum's friends come over, and I was just spending it with Tara and that as well. So yeah, pretty good.
I hear that, man. I hear that. It's all good. You know what? We're gonna have some fun. Oh my God, he's actually YouTubing Hello.
Yeah, it was my auntie's birthday, and Tom said it was his sister's birthday yesterday, but it was my auntie's birthday yesterday as well. It was her 60th, so
No, more life, man, more life.
I was gonna say big shout outs to Jade and Karen. It was their birthday on Saturday, and that facilitated the mayhem of my Saturday night, which started quite late for me anyway, but for the others it started early. That just does not sound right at all.
All I was thinking of was
thirsty, so I had to drink some orange juice.
What is juice? I want some orange drink.
I want some of that purple.
Sugar, water, purple. That's the ingredients. Sugar, water, and of course purple.
But guys, you know what? Check out my new video. It's on Facebook. It's called. Just look up Sweet Orange. Yeah, sweet orange juice. Just look it up. It's one of the best videos out there right now. Pass it on to all of your friends. Let's see how many likes, how many comments we can get on that video. It's one of the best videos out there. I'm telling you, you will be so engaged as I was when I was recording it. Thank you.
It is good. Nah, it is damn right and damn good too. You know you got to drop a link to it in the chat. You know you got to do that. You got to do that. But you know what? It is one of them ones where it is time. Actually, also, I just want to give a big, quick shout out to the post-match playmaker group on Facebook as well. Toby Smith, Craig Django Gilbert, who has his Craig Gilbert's profile picture on Facebook is Stardust. Now, for those who don't know who Stardust is, I had to get clued into this as well. Craig told me about it. Stardust is Cody Rhodes, who is another one of Dusty Rhodes' sons.
They're like Bebe's kids.
Yeah.
They're not really,
but there is a meme or meme or whatever you want to call it on Facebook with Dusty Rhodes in the polka dot saying, "I raised some weird kids," because Stardust is essentially just a ripoff of Goldust from what I've seen. And the picture that Craig Django Gilbert has got, is hilarious. It's one of them. It's Cody Rhodes basically smiling like this.
Oh.
Some evil-looking smile, like one of them. I will eat your kids and enjoy it. It's one of them. I will eat your heart and then feed it, and then regurgitate it and feed it back to you and laugh whilst I'm doing it. Them kind of smiles. But nah, it's pretty cool. Jesse is just searching some hilarious stuff on Twitter. I love it. But you know what? It is time for us to pause that particular track that we're on, Roots Maneuver, Dub for the Worms of Slime and Reason, because it is time for orange juice, sweet juice. But it is one of them ones where it is time for us to go to the first segment of the show, a change unusual, which is Where's Jesse? We can't see him on camera. Where is he?
That's what you get.
Wow, wow.
Cause I like the way, I like the way, I like the way, I like the way, I like the way you. I like the way, I like the way.
We like the way, we like the way, we like the way. You do your people out there who's watching us on YouTube, don't worry.
Yeah, we're still here.
We've got a little mishap happening, but we're just in the process of sorting it out.
All good.
But you know what?
All right, you know what?
Yeah,
seeing as the first one pertains directly to you. All right, you can take the first one.
Okay. So yeah, we are in general talking points, and we are going to be looking at What? First transfer? Well, a transfer from Arsenal. Matu Debussy, defender, joins Arsenal from Newcastle. Arsenal have completed the signing of right back Matu Debussy from Newcastle for an undisclosed fee. The 28-year-old has agreed a long-term contract with the Gunners after ending an 18-month spell at St James's Park. Debussy has 25 international caps for France and represented his country at this summer's World Cup. He is a quality defender who has good Premier League experience, and I'm confident. Well, these are quotes from Arsene Wenger. Confident he will fit in well with us. He is showing he can perform at the highest level with the club's sides and also for France. Debussy's career started at Lille in 2003 to 2013, where he had 258 appearances, scoring 16 goals. Then he moved to Newcastle in 2013, spent near enough a season there, just over a season there, making 46 appearances, scoring 1 goal. And for France, he's been playing with them since 2011 to current, made 25 appearances and scored, I think it was 2 goals. Just to take this one as it is, Debussy signs to Arsenal. Arsenal's second signing of the pre-season. I myself am very, 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 very happy that we sorted out fullback in with the with Sagna exiting at the end of the season. So that's exactly what we needed.
No, I think it's a very shrewd signing. Like, I remember just before the World Cup, I was talking about the possibility of Arsenal signing
Aurier.
Yes, Serge Aurier. His name,
the name was just escaping you.
It was on the tip of the tongue. Literally, I was about to say it. Just
glad you said tip of the tongue.
But
Robin.
But no, literally.
I didn't say none.
I think it's a very, very shrewd signing. When you look at the fee, obviously they're not disclosing how much it is at the minute. But knowing Arsene Wenger, he's got himself a bit of a bargain there. And it has to be said, if he did go for Serge Aurier, one of the things that he'd have to be very wary of is the AFCON.
Yeah.
And he's had previous experience with African defenders, so the likes of Eboué, Yaya Touré.
What? Eboué?
Stretching further back.
Yeah, and Lauren as well. So,
Uncle Colo.
Adebayor as well, even though he didn't play in defense. But the point I'm making is he knows that what he doesn't want is to miss, a player for a good chunk of the season, especially around about January, where, let's be honest, Arsenal tend to capitulate, and I've said it before.
They tend to what?
Capitulate. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant signing. I think for the fact that Sagna's left, I think Debussy being several years younger, it's a brilliant signing. And as I say, he's not going to miss any parts of the season through continental competition either. So
unless he gets injured in a friendly like Wilshere did.
Yeah. But
well, you never know.
But yeah, I think very, very good signing for Arsenal, and be interesting to see what other business he does. But for me, right, you had Carl Jenkinson, who was growing from strength to strength, taking a leap and then a bound and then another leap. And I'm saying, what does that do for his development with Debussy in front of him? I mean, he's not going to get the playing time to, I suppose, develop to his full potential now because...
Well, if you're smart, you sit under the learning tree.
Yeah, but there's only so much sitting under the tree you can do before you actually have to go and climb it. So
of course. But at the end of the day, linking that in, but it's one of them ones. Linking that into the next talking point. It's a case of QPR sign ex-Man United and England defender Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand has joined QPR as a free agent after leaving Man United. 35-year-old held talks with manager Harry Redknapp earlier this week following his return from Brazil, where he was an analyst for BBC Sport. Now we're talking about sitting under the learning tree. You got kind of opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of that, but also Swansea's Michu joins Napoli on a season-long loan with an option to buy. The Spain forward, who's 28 years old, did not travel to the USA for Swansea's pre-season tour because of the talks with Napoli. Now, Liverpool manager Brendan Rodgers speaking of sitting on the learning tree, has loaned fullback Andre Wisdom to West Bromwich Albion. This from 19th of January 2014. The 21-year-old defender already enjoyed a successful loan spell at Championship side Derby County last season, making 38 consecutive starts at right back while helping the side to finish third. Obviously, they lost, but Derby were unlucky to actually lose in the playoff final. But Liverpool's Aspas, speaking of development, Liverpool's Aspas joins Sevilla on loan. Liverpool forward Iago Aspas has completed the loan move to Primera Division side Sevilla, La Liga, it should be said, after passing a medical with the Europa League champions. The 26-year-old, I think, was actually officially unveiled today. But Liverpool, a lot of moving and shaking this summer. I'm glad we're getting it done early. Liverpool completed the £20 million signing of Lazar Markovic from Benfica on a long-term deal. It's believed to be, I think, 4 to 6 years, something along those lines. But the 20-year-old helped Benfica win the Portuguese title last season after joining the club from Partizan Belgrade in the summer of 2013. Newcastle completed the signing of striker Emmanuel Riviere, from Monaco. The 24-year-old scored 17 goals in 50 games for Monaco, and striking is one area we had to improve, says Alan Pardew. That's from Wednesday, 16th of July. It's for an undisclosed fee, by the way. Speaking of strikers moving, Besiktas buy Demba Ba from Chelsea for €6. No, I'm only kidding. No, I'm only kidding. €6 million. Turkish top flight side Besiktas on Friday confirmed they had acquired Senegalese international striker Demba Ba from Chelsea for €6 million, $8.1 million on a 4-year deal. Chelsea, speaking of them actually, signed Felipe Luis from Atletico Madrid. Chelsea have announced the sign of Atletico Madrid defender Felipe Luis on a 3-year deal. The Blues reached an agreement to sign the left back from the Spanish champions on Wednesday, and they agreed terms on a 3-year deal. Chelsea raiding Atletico recently with taking the 40-year-old drug cartel leader. No, I'm kidding. Diego Costa. I like that meme or meme or whatever. There are a couple of deals that are kind of not quite done and kind of are agreed but are awaiting permits. Those deals are West Ham signing Ecuador striker Enner Valencia, subject to a work permit. Valencia will join West Ham on a 5-year contract, and he scored all 3 of Ecuador's goals at the World Cup. But the Ecuador international is awaiting a work permit to complete the deal. Sunderland actually agreed a £14 million fee for Liverpool striker Fabio Borini. Borini joined Liverpool from Roma in 2012, but struggled to break into the first team and subsequently spent last season on loan at the Stadium of Light. He was an initial bid of 10 million was actually turned down, so it's one of them ones. But Liverpool at Anfield Core said Liverpool will bank 12 million with a further £2 million in add-ons for Borini, ensuring they make a profit on the 10 million they paid for Roma. That's from at Anfield Core, who are sourcing the Liverpool Echo. Loic Remy agreed an £8.5 million fee. Liverpool agreed an £8.5 million fee for Loic Remy with Queen's Park Rangers. This was on July 19th, 2014. The bid activated a release clause in the contract of the 27-year-old who spent last season on loan at Newcastle, scoring 14 Premier League goals. He's having that medical today as it happens. So it's one of them ones. But in terms of moving and shaking in the Premier League, we've got international continental talking points, and there's a few more transfers to be mentioned internationally. But let's take these ones as a group. For now. I'm a little biased, and I'm going to say that Liverpool are doing the best business at the moment. We're getting it done quickly and often. So it's one of them ones. There's also Dejan Lovren of Southampton, who apparently, depending on what media outlets you believe, it's between 15 and 20 million for him.
I heard 20.
As well. I mean, I've seen as low as 15. So big shout out to Toby Smith on the Post-Match Playmakers Facebook group as well. It's a case of he's also given us kind of an interesting talking point for later as well. But we're getting our business done early, and big shout out to Doug Clark, by the way, ex-Ibis teammate and brother of Barry Clark, who is one of my Ibis teammates. And he was saying, oh yeah, what about the defensive reinforcements? Where's the defensive reinforcements? So it's a case of, for me, I'm just looking at it as Brendan Rodgers has spent the first month dealing with attacking options, strengthen there, and then the next month, defensive options. Sort that out. That's what's going to happen. Divock Origi as well is apparently on his way too. Yeah. So, or as the G-Man called him, Divock Orgy. I'm not even lying. Dude, it was Orgy. So it's one of them ones. And yeah, Russ, we do know about that deal you mentioned in there. International Continental Talking Points. As I said, we're splitting these into.
But no, to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, yeah, I do agree. You think I do
piggyback? Get on my back. I could take the pressure. Yes, I can.
But to piggyback on what you were saying was that I do like that Liverpool have done a lot of their business quite quickly. It's going to give a lot of the players more time to settle in terms of learning the Liverpool way under Brendan Rodgers in terms of the pre-season. So
I'm going to say learning the Liverpool way it just makes it sound like they're going to learn the Anfield rap. We'll have to learn to talk proper. Walker. I love that. You two scouts. Oh, you're always yapping. I'm going to show you something serious, Rabbit. My name's John Barnes. I come from Jamaica. When I do my thing, the crowd goes bananas. How's he doing a Jamaica rap? He's from just south of the water. I love that. I love that too. I'd do the whole of it if I could. If I could. No, the only reason we can't is because we haven't got time.
Kevin Hart reference.
And I was gonna go. No. Another Kevin Hart reference. But anyway.
Don't make me whip it out.
But
sorry, bring it up.
But
more wrong.
In contrast, you got Chelsea, who, for me, they're treating Atletico Madrid like a feeder club. They've taken 3 of their players now.
Does that say again?
Chelsea, they've taken 3 Atletico players.
Yeah.
So Thiago joined first, then it was Diego Costa, and now Felipe Luiso. I mean. Here's the thing that I'm wondering about in regards to Chelsea. Liverpool, I can understand because obviously they're banking a big amount from Luis Suarez in that £75 million region. Manchester United are kind of dubious as well, but I'm using Chelsea as the example here, and I suppose it applies to Manchester United as well. So I'm not going to exclude them in what I'm about to say. But where are that's pretty funny. But where are Chelsea getting all of this money from to sign all of these Atletico players, right?
Well, you know what it is, isn't it?
What it do?
What does it do? Where does it come from? The fact is, they're looking at FFP like a joke, as we are, really. Well, I'd say personally, I am after Platini's comments last year.
But I mean, having said it, like I say, Liverpool have at least done enough to try and balance certain things. For me, Manchester United are glaringly, going against that.
Well, you got the Chevrolet. That's where the Chevrolet deal is very interesting because £750 million deal over 10 years. And that's £75 million a year.
It's true, but then
so it's one number. So you're earning. The Adidas deal. So from that Adidas deal, you're earning £75 million a year. Financial fair play is about spending what you earn. You lot can make the big signings because you're earning them. So it's one.
But yeah, for me, the Chelsea thing doesn't quite add up.
Oh no, of course it does.
I'm wondering where they're getting the money for that. I think the potential signing of Lech Remy kind of.
What's his name again?
Lech.
Yeah, I love it.
I think that kind of eases the pressure on the rest of the strikers at the club regarding the absence of Luis Suarez. But I'm surprised that Liverpool let Borini go. I felt that he probably had a bit more of a future.
That's what I would have thought. But But it's one of them ones with things moving this quickly and being able to command 14 million from him. It's like,
well, here's the thing.
Sunderland want him that badly.
I don't understand how Borini is worth 14 million, but you guys can sign a Lech Remy for 8.5 million. That's the bit that I don't get. And I know you're saying it triggered.
I think that's good business.
It triggers a release clause. Didn't Arsene Wenger's bid of £40 million and 1 pence trigger Luis Suarez release clause?
Yeah, but that's
I'm asking.
It did.
So,
but remember what I've said. A release clause doesn't mean you've got permission. Doesn't mean that you can buy the player. If you trigger a release clause, that gives you permission to talk to the player.
Oh.
What?
No, that legitimately.
I've always said that.
No, legitimately.
Have I changed my tune on that?
No.
Because it's the truth.
I'm not saying.
The truth doesn't change because the
I'm
truth
not
is
saying
incontestable.
anything about you. I'm literally going by all of my dealings in Football Manager, right? I'm keeping it real. I'm going by my dealings in Football Manager and Championship Manager back in the day. Not the new one. The new one's kind of weak, but.
You do it.
Oh. Anyway, no, so yeah, I was going by that. And in Championship Manager, in the old days, right, back when it was made by
When
Addison,
it was on PC, yeah? When Premier Manager was the deal on the consoles, like, everybody loved that.
Yeah.
Before LMA Manager.
Yeah. And, you know, in the early days of Football Manager, because I haven't played Football Manager in years now, which is probably good for me, because if I had done, I'd tell you I'd probably still be playing it now. But,
because it's no good for him.
When you actually meet a release clause, like, you more, you know, obviously you go into the terms of the contract or whatever, and it's down to the player to accept or reject the contract. Yeah. But the player is more or less yours because you've met the release fee clause. As I'm saying, in the game, I'm not talking about real life. In real life, I have no idea. As I say, I'm basing this purely on Championship Manager back in the day and Football Manager in the early iteration. So yeah, I think Andre Wisdom going out on loan is a good move. Although I would keep him for squad depth, me personally. And one of the more interesting signings for me is Michu going to Napoli.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird one.
I think is Ben Davis. That's the name of their left back. That's just I think he's just signed for Tottenham. So
I've heard.
So you're taking one of their best young players, and then you're gonna take the heart and soul of the team in terms of from when they came up, arguably their best player. He now leaves.
Yeah. But it's only on loan though, with an option to buy.
No, but I mean, let's be honest. He's more than likely going to do very, very well.
Yeah, probably.
Right? So he's gonna go, and it's just like, hang on a minute, what exactly is happening with this Swansea team? Because you would think, right, or at least my estimation was, for them to continue to do well going forward, right, you would want Ben Davis still there to further his development, right? Because I don't see any particular reason why Ben Davis couldn't go and command the same amount of money as, say, Luke Shaw. I see no reason for that. Especially if he has another season of seasoning, if you will. So
we getting season, baby.
So I really, that him moving, I don't understand. And then of course Michu, such an influential player. Why is he going anywhere? Right? And now of course there's talk of Wilfred Bonney wanting to move to a top 4 team. He's moving within the Premier League, etc., etc. So you're taking all of your most important players, most influential players. They're all going. There's no guarantee that Jonathan de Guzman comes back on loan. So, what's the game plan here? Because essentially, as I say, you've taken the team that did reasonably well last year, won the cup the year before that, and
we were there on Wembley Way. We
were.
saw them. We saw the pitch talk at the Capital One Cup final 2014. Yeah, it was 24. Was it?
No, 13.
13, that's it. We've done so much. We've done so much.
I know.
We've done so much.
I know.
And we've still got so much more to do and so much more to give. That's why we need to spread this revolution. Like peanut butter, baby! I rather that analogy than spread something like manure. I much prefer peanut butter. Peanut butter conjures up nice images, apart from the lumps afterwards, but that's a bit.
Oh my goodness. That's why you have smooth, not chunky. But anyway. The point I was making was you've taken essentially. Stop it. That's so off.
Chunky.
That is so offside. So offside. Give that man a yellow card. But no, I think you're taking what was the components of a very, very good team, and you're dismantling it now. Because my question is, who steps up for Ben Davis? Who steps up for Michu?
Yeah, I mean, it gives Bonnie more of a chance to shine as the lone striker. Because sometimes those parts didn't look like they were working together that well.
True.
Especially in the Europa League.
True. I will give you that. But I mean, for me, I think that he really, 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 for me, he deserves to be there.
Yeah.
To me, he's more important than Wilfred Bonny.
Well, you know what? I think they're both about as important as each other because they both offer different things to that side.
And maybe I'm romancing his first season where he scored those 22 goals. But I'm like, when you look at the performances, right? He wasn't just playing up front. He was playing just off the striker. He was playing in midfield. He offered so much versatility. I'm like, how can you let that player go? It really is that simple. From when you get an absolute steal at 2.2 million, he comes in, takes the Premier League by absolute storm. Like, he takes the form book, rips it up, puts it in little pieces, puts it in a metal bin, throws some kerosene on it, and really just, he goes to town. I'm like, why is that player the one that's moving on here?
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. But yeah, I think Napoli have got a good signing. Whereas I'm wondering where Swansea are going to find the strength and depth now. That's what I'm wondering about.
See, one of the things, I mean, the Enner Valencia deal to West Ham's an interesting one because I'm surprised Enner Valencia only was going to West Ham. I mean, they're waiting a work permit, so it's not quite there. Apparently, Barini's turned down Sunderland, apparently, but we haven't seen confirmation of that, so we can't say whether it's true or not. We've only seen in the Skype chat, so it's one of those we got to check our sources before we say much about that.
But my thing would be,
if Barini has turned down Sunderland, I'm happy with him staying. I like Fabio Barini; he's a good striker.
No, I think he has more to offer.
Every time he was banging him in for Sunderland, it was like, hey, Fabio's ours. Remember that? It was one of them ones. The Loic Remy deal, strength and depth up top. Strength and depth up top. You get in terms of strikers, we're gonna have if we get Remy, that's Remy, Barini, Lambert, Sturridge, fighting for basically 1-2 at a stretch places up top. So that's not bad considering we've got the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Capital One Cup, and the league to be challenging for. I like that strength and depth. We're not talking Chelsea with the £50 million Jay Brown, Bar rotting on the bench, your best striker out on loan, and old man Eto'o. We're not talking about that. But it's one of them ones. But also with some of the other deals as well, it's a case of signing Felipe Luis. Atletico being raided.
Yeah. Again.
And it's one of them ones. Azpilicueta was quality last season.
And he actually gets to move over to his natural position of right back.
There we are. See, exactly.
And you can move Ivanovic to play in the middle now, because obviously John Terry's not going to play as many games.
Well, and also they've gotten rid of David Luiz as well.
And David
Luiz.
So
it's one of them ones.
But I personally think
that's kind of a nice situation to be.
I personally think Thomas Callas is the one to step up and take Luiz's place.
I wouldn't say not yet on a regular basis.
Well, I mean, look, let's be honest. Chelsea's starting central defensive pairing are what? Terry
Ivanovic, Cahill. They've got as their 3 options.
Yeah. So those guys are going to take the lion's share anyway.
Yeah.
So for Callas to come in and get games here and there, that's not too far-fetched at all.
I thought you meant him just.
No.
That's
why I agree. No, my friend. No. My brother, I'm from Ghana. And if you get that reference, then that means you're good. But no. But yeah, no, I think the one who steps up and takes Luiz's place is Ivanovic, now playing more centrally.
Yeah.
And as I say,
Tom Wood has just said Callas has gone out on loan.
Okay.
But I mean, Besiktas buying Demba Ba for €6 million. It basically made Ba's move to Chelsea a waste of time.
Yeah.
Apart from a handful of goals, it was basically a waste of goddamn time.
Pretty much.
In a way, I wish they'd have taken him in January, but that's my issue with the live bird upon my chest. But anyway, leaving that aside. I mean, Newcastle signing Riviere from Monaco.
And as far as
that's 17 goals in 50 games, not too bad. In League One over in France.
But yeah, he's
League what? League what? Oh. League.
Triple cheese, lettuce, tomatoes.
But as I said, the Remy deal's not quite done yet. Lazer Markovic, quite happy with that. I've heard good things about him. Very, very good things about him from Benfica. So it's one.
But I told you,
Aspas going on loan. I think it's a good thing because, like you were saying about seasoning earlier, he needs some of that Dunn's River on him just to get him really spicy.
I told you the thing that happened to Aspas.
And also Andre Wisdom going out on loan as well. I'm happy with too. He's a player I want to keep. That dude could be an absolute beast.
You know what I think he's going to be? I think Andre Wisdom is going to be Micah Richards 2.0.
No, I don't think. No, positionally he's already a lot better than.
No, but that's why I said 2.0. It's an upgrade.
So not V1.
No.
Oh yeah! I could slap a tornado. I could dry up a sea. Yeah. When I live for the moment, there ain't no prayer with me. Yeah.
I did really love that theme song.
I love that. I love the entrance as well with the old school Windows Media Player skin. It was brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. But
with the little MF Shannon Moore, it was tremendous. But I don't remember Crash Holly being part of that, but it's one of them.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think Andre Wisdom can be Michael Richards 2.0, who apparently is looking for a loan move away from the Etihad. Makes no sense to me. But the thing with Aspas, I think he didn't acclimatise to English football at all. Personally, I don't think he had enough game time, and that hurt him.
Yeah, but with Suarez and Sturridge banging on.
No. Look, I'm not saying that there was any way to avoid it. I'm saying that that's what I think the problem was. And then of course, Emmanuel Riviere moving to Newcastle. Emmanuel Riviere, he has been a fixture in literally all of my Master League and Master League Online teams in Pro Evo. So I'm like, if he's as good as he is in Pro Evo, then I'm happy. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to the Winning 11 blog as well for all the latest news regarding
Winning 11. Isn't that the development name for Pro Evolution Soccer?
That's the Japanese title.
Yeah.
Winning 11 blog over there. Shout out to Assington Beer as well, and of course the Midnight Kid on.
Oh, we were going to say the Midnight Express.
No, the Midnight
I was thinking
Kid.
of Jim Cornette.
The Midnight Kid on Twitter and on YouTube as well. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the second coming of a great tradition. They are every mother's nightmare and every schoolgirl's dream. Who was it? Bodacious Bar, Bombastic Bob, the new Midnight Express. And if you can get what pay-per-view that's from,
oh my goodness,
is one level.
That is good.
Do you want to guess?
No.
No. Hey, Unforgiven 98, man. Unforgiven 98 when they did the second coming of the Midnight Express as NWA Tag Team Champions with Bart Gunn and Bob Holly.
Oh wow.
Terrible. 6 weeks later they broke them up because of the brawl rule.
What? I'm gonna have to go back in the annals and check it out. But no, going back to one last.
That was the same night Kane and Taker at the Inferno.
Yes.
First ever.
Going back to
Steve Austin beat Dude Love.
Going back to the Enner Valencia deal, right? For me, right?
Good deal for West Ham.
They've
got striking problems.
I do like it.
If it happens.
But is he not what essentially the same thing that Andy Carroll is? That's my issue.
Except that Enner Valencia can score goals.
Well, yeah.
And that's the critical difference. If you're a West Ham supporter, that's the crucial difference.
No, and it is, and I know a couple of West Ham fans. Boss, I hope you're happy with that one. And of course, Mr. Mark James Lynch, I hope you're happy with that as well. But I'm just curious. What I'm looking for from West Ham is a plan B. That's what I'm looking for. And right about now, Enner Valencia does not look like the plan B. He looks like
he could end up as the plan A.
He looks like a plan A Mark II or something. Like literally. But I'm hoping that it works out. But for me, I would want something different. Whereas if you look at Liverpool's business, right, they have Daniel Sturridge, okay. Then you have Ricky Lampert, who is the plan B. And now potentially you're gonna have Loic Remy, who similar to Plan A, but it's depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
whereas when you look at West Ham, you've got
and we've got guys we're buying guys who can operate wide as well. Yeah. Emre Can, same thing. These guys can operate in wide areas, not just through the middle. So the interchangeable parts that was so successful last season can be applied again.
Yeah.
And also a lot of our team. And by the way, I hope we keep Daniel Agger because he's quality. The fact of the matter is, there's a lot of good business getting done by quite a few teams.
Oh yes.
I mean, Arsenal, I think, are doing very good business so far.
Absolutely
Man United
fantastic
are not
business.
doing half bad business,
No,
but they've
and
got more to come.
And I think there's more business to come.
Yeah, there definitely is. Ed Woodward has said as much.
So for me, on my wish list now, right? I think personally, I would take Serge Aurier as cover at right back, and the left is interesting because I'm thinking. And then maybe Bruno Martins Indy.
Yeah. I just had to do the eyes.
Hasn't Martins Indy moved?
Mate, Martins Indy's fine.
Where's Martins Indy gone?
He's
Because I've not heard this news. Because I'm pretty sure there would have been memes all over Twitter about that. Exploded. Hang on a minute.
Well, Tom Wood has a question for you, Jesse.
Yeah, Tom, what's your question? Highlight at your boy.
If Man United signed Matt Hummels, would you take him or not?
Matt Hummels. Well, given that you've got two very, very experienced central defenders that have left the club in Nemanja Vidic and, of course, Rio Ferdinand, I would say absolutely. He would be, the plan A in terms of your centre backs. But the reason why I wouldn't want to sign him is for the development of the likes. So I think that, for me, that's the reason why you don't go and get him. For 7.7 million euros. So the Bruno Martins Indy dream of him playing for Man United and pulling out that famous stare. Yeah. Thank you, Nelson Muntz.
-5 stars.
By the way, I just want to say this. I hate you.
Life sucks, and then you die. I just love Martins Indy. It's the eyes. It's the eyes.
He looks like the Haitian from Heroes.
Oh, even I've seen that. That's Libby.
No. I've got his looking like him, but I can't say it on air. I've got his looking like him, but I can't say it on air.
No,
but I've got it. I've got it.
Are we thinking on the same wavelength?
I think we might be.
We would see that. We would see that person on a certain hub.
I'm just saying, look at that picture.
That's
what I'm saying.
You would see.
Look at that picture. That is all I'm saying.
No, I'm saying, is that the kind of person you would see on a certain hub?
That picture says it all.
Is
Right?
it-
That's
is
all.
it-
That's all I'm saying.
No.
That picture is the
We
one.
would see that person on the hub. Yeah? No, I'm just clarifying.
Yes.
We're thinking we are
After
thinking of the same person. We are thinking of the same person.
We will tell you off air, but literally that's looking like damn.
I think Mike Arneman's already got it. Yeah. Yeah, you see him on a USB hub. USB hub. But no. Anyway, but where were we? Yeah, Debussy, good business for Arsenal, getting in a straight replacement early.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, a little bit of a downgrade from Sanya, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Sanya was on the wane, and of course he wanted to go. So, for the mere fact that you're going to get a player, like I say, who, much like Sanya, isn't affected by a continental competition in terms of AFCON versus their other, much more targeting Serge Aurier, I really don't see how Arsenal lose. Plus, they have a player with Premier League experience as well. Whereas I think if they went with Aurier, yes, he's done well in league, but having said that, does that necessarily translate to the Premier League? That might take some time. So,
But then Tom Wood had another question, and then Ross Vernon had a question. So, Tom Wood, what was your second question?
Question for Jezzy.
Go on.
Who would you put as the next Man United manager? Not manager, captain.
Oh, see now that there's lots of talk about Wayne Rooney potentially getting it, and to that I would say, oh hell no. So,
crap. Not just to know, but oh hell no!
So yeah,
another OWR right there.
So personally, I wouldn't go with Wayne Rooney. Looking at it, I'd probably have to say, and this one, look, I just got to throw it out there. I would honestly say possibly Johnny Evans.
Is that Kent Kobashi?
Yeah, Johnny Evans for me. If not Johnny Evans, then it's between Robin van Persie, because of the fact that he is, the Dutch national team captain and has previous experience of captaining sides in terms of Arsenal as well, or maybe even David De Gea.
What about the poor man Xabi Alonso?
Well, Michael Carrick is his other name. He's out for I think about the next 3 months or so. Anyway, I think he injured some ankle ligament or something. So he's out for a while. So he's not going to be in the starting lineup straight away. So for me, I think Johnny Evans would be my choice.
What about the poor man's John Shelby?
Who?
Cleverly.
Oh, stop it. No, just because I think the preseason tour in America kind of will decide his fate, whether or not he has a future at the club or not.
Decide his fate.
Yeah, no. Like, literally.
Throw him to the wolves.
Like literally, it will be like that.
This is Van Gaal
under LVG. It's a matter of, either he does or he doesn't, and if he doesn't, then he's out. It's as simple as that.
I can't keep it straight.
I know you can see it now.
That's one thing. That's one mental image I don't need to be seeing.
I really don't. I really don't. Of Bruno Martins Indies lookalike.
I think Ross Vernon had the question. Ross Vernon had a question for one of us as well.
All right, I think it was for the G-Man actually. Russ?
Yes, he was for the G-Man. Yes, indeed.
What's your question?
G-Man. I'd just like to ask you a question. With also signing Debuchy, do you feel Cole Jenkinson will go out on loan to gain first team experience, or do you think he'll try and challenge Debuchy for the right back spot? And after G-Man's answered it, I'm going to let Mike come and answer it as well, with him being an Arsenal fan as well.
Well, you know what, Russ? To be honest, I don't think Carl Jenkinson needs to go out on loan to gain first team experience. I think what he's doing at Arsenal at the moment is he is gaining his first team experience. He's playing quite a lot of games in the reserve team, and when called up, he's coming into the squad, and he's getting his experience in the Champions League, in the cups, and in the league at the same time when other players are not obviously. Give it 3 years, depending on how he performs this season. Jenkins should be at that level. Jenkinson's 21, I think. So he'll be about 22. Well, he'll be about 24 in that time period. So he'll be ripening as a defender. And who's to say he will be a flank player? He could literally be an understudy for Mertesacker, considering his height and his strength. And he's got more pace than Mertesacker, so he could potentially fulfill a central role in the defense, in my eyes. So I don't think he needs to go out alone. I think he just needs to do the same more of the season. Just be patient. He just got to be patient, because defensively we have got some good first team defenders, and everyone's just got to wait their role. And I think Carl Jenkinson is good enough to get in this squad this season and get a fair few games.
I mean, it's one of them ones where Mike Harneman, if you want to jump in on these deals as well, the Debuchy one as well as the others as well.
Oh, I'll jump in on the others then.
All right, yeah, go. All right, G-Man, have that on the others.
I thought, all right.
Go on, G-Man, have that.
But yeah, I just want to do what I always do and take the mickey out of Liverpool for a little bit here, because I'm gonna say
how you can, but anyway.
No, no, you've moved quick in the transfer market. You have made some alright signings from what I've seen. I'm not gonna lie, like Remy, if you do get him, I will be slightly.
Well, you've been an admirer of his.
What? Yeah, I have. Just like I was admirer of a Dutch player that you managed to get in front of us.
Oh, Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Babel.
Oddly enough, the link between them two, both of them have been touted as the next incarnation of Thierry Henry at some point.
Yeah.
So it's quite a weird.
In terms of like Remy, just going with that, that's why I was modelling him. I thought he actually could be the next Thierry Henry, and it's a good move for him. I think him partnering up with Daniel Sturridge, I could see them as the first two. Ricky Lambert, as Jesse said, is more like backup. I can't really see him forcing his way into that team if everyone's fit. If you do get Remy, yeah.
Well, it's one of them. Was just like when Ross was saying a few weeks ago that Lambert will start against Southampton on Thursday of the season. Even then, I was like, I don't see that.
But then you bought Emre, you bought Merkovic, yeah, and you know you like you got rid of Barini. I'm just looking at all of these.
The Barini one is apparently collapsed, but it's a small strength.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all of this as like Liverpool making too many changes from a team that played so well last season. Just they only lost one man in my eyes. They only lost one man who, yeah, he got them a bag of their goals. Yeah, but in my eyes, are they making too too big of changes? That's how I'm looking at Liverpool. Are they literally doing a Tottenham?
No.
In terms of they're gonna make, just say 6, 7, 8 signings this season.
No.
Not all of them being first teamers, but you know some of them pushing their way on. And will that disturb the harmony of what was there last season?
No, competition for places. That's the important thing, and having a plan B in certain matches. Because last season there were certain matches, especially against some of the bigger sides, like say Man City, the first game against Arsenal, Chelsea. We needed a plan B, rather than just kind of feed into one striker. We've got players who can come on and make an impact. Players who can switch positions and make an impact. And for me that is crucial. Of course what I want to see is more defensive reinforcements, but it's one of them ones. Liverpool looking at Lovren. Lovren actually wants to come to us, so we'll see how that all pans out. But obviously Rodgers is moving early and making his deals. So let's see. So I'm just eager to see, but it's strength and depth. If you're playing in 4 or 5 competitions at once, you're gonna need it. As you lot have found out, even though last season you lot had a bag of midfielders, injuries crippled your team again.
Yeah.
And the same old thing, apart from the FA Cup. Apart from the FA Cup, congratulations on that, of course, as we said at the time. But it's one of them ones in terms of the league. You had a bag of injuries and not much cover, which is why I think you lot need to keep Jenkinson rather than send them out on loan. Because if anything happens to the
whole thing with the injuries, yeah. Now, at the end of the day, you can only have a certain squad amount.
25 man.
You can only have a 25-man squad anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of, don't matter how many players you buy, you only can have 25-man squad.
Yeah.
So in terms of you do have to shift players in and shift players out, you know. And my query with Liverpool is, you know, my query with Liverpool is like Tottenham. You saw Tottenham what they did last season. They bought seven.
Yeah, but a lot of those were last minute buys.
Wait. They bought 7 players, 7 quality players.
And only one of them really showed up consistently.
The best player never even played all season, hardly. He never even got a shout because he never adapted to the Premiership. Apparently, you know, they drew for one player that the last manager basically had abandoned and put him with the reserve teams. They drew for him to come and save their season.
Yeah, but the thing is with those buyers with Tottenham, they were done very late in the window. Our ones at the moment have been done early in the window. There's still another month and a half of the window left.
Yeah, but going back to something.
We've done our business early, and we can use the pre-season tour, especially the pre-season tour to America. We can use that to start bedding in players. We could do it 2 at a time, 3 at a time, and just get them start to get them acclimatized.
Well, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just asking: is it too much being? Is too much being done to change the Liverpool team, the face of the Liverpool team, after such a good season? Because I thought they had a blinding good season and not much needed changing. They probably just needed to keep Suarez and get a replacement striker and make an odd change.
Well, I think it's interesting that you mentioned keeping Suarez, because one of the reports I read, a quote from Brendan Rodgers, said that look, the club did what they could to try and keep him, but he wanted to leave.
Yeah, he did.
We saw that last season, and we played hardball.
He went to leave for 3 seasons. But
1 actually, but yeah. Okay.
No, it was 3 seasons.
No, it was actually 1. But yeah. No, the season before, like I mentioned, the season before, it was I'd love to play for Real Madrid. There was no
And then
time limit put on.
No. And then he signed the contract, and then last season he done the same thing. But
Yeah, that's 2 seasons. That's 2
there's
seasons.
2 seasons in a row where he signed a new contract after saying he left.
You said 3.
Alright, sorry, 3.
Come on, couple round on the strike one. If you're gonna take shots at my team, expect to come.
Alright, fair enough. 2, 3.
But let's throw this out to the Skypers.
But anyway, there's more transfers that I wanted to
Yeah,
go over.
alright, go.
If you could just get them up.
Alright, go. There's Besiktas with Bar.
No, I won't touch Swansea one.
Mishu going to Napoli.
That
On loan.
Mishu one is very, very crucial. Yeah. I think Swansea literally are going backwards. I think
he did want to leave though. That's the thing.
And you know what? You saying that kind of echoes what I said earlier, in that you're taking their key players in Davis and of course Michu, and you're pulling apart the team.
Touching on what you're saying, you got the Guzman, alright, like you said, he might not come back. Yeah,
on loan, yeah,
he's on loan. Alright, fair enough. But you got Boney and you got Michu, who, to be honest, that is quality in big depth.
Yeah,
you know, Michu turned out to be a striker that no one expected to put in the performance he did when he was there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know, you can say literally he guided them to that Carling Cup. Yeah, and it's like now you get rid of Michu on loan. Yeah, he's not coming back. There's no way he's coming back because, you know, literally you've just defined yourself as a small club right there in loaning out one of your biggest players. As a player, why would he want to stay now? Because even though Michu might be competition, and it's like, oh yeah, I want to be in this team more than this guy. It's like, it's like an Arsenal effect in pre last season. It's like, wow, we're getting rid of our best players, you know. And he like you said, he already wanted to leave, and it's like, well, if we're starting to get rid of the best players, I might as well go as well and jump ship.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of parallel that, you have to look at Southampton, right? You have Luke Shaw, he leaves for big money. Adam Lallana, he leaves for big money. Ricky Lambert doesn't leave for as big a money. But you're talking about all of the key players in that squad, right? Morgan Schneiderlin, he's potentially looking at leaving, potentially going to Arsenal, what have you, right? And then, of course, you have Dejan Lovren, who's potentially looking to go to Liverpool for between 15 and 20 million. So, again, even that team is being blown apart in terms of when you look at all of the key contributors from last season, they all seem to be dispersing, which makes no sense. Not if you're looking to build on what you had before. So I agree with you. And as I say, earlier on, I did say that with Ben Davis going and now Michu joining on loan, you're taking the best parts of arguably that Swansea team and you're pulling them out.
Well, Tottenham are looking at Vaughan as well. So
Yeah, I heard that as well. So if he goes as well, even though he was relegated to number 2 last season, you're taking a very, very good goalkeeper and he's going as well. It's like, who is this new Swansea? You know,
who is this Rudy?
No, the whole thing with Swansea, anyway, when they got rid of Laudrup, in my personal opinion, I just thought they lost it.
Yeah.
You know,
I would agree with that.
Losing Laudrup in the way that they did, it wasn't the fact they lost him, it's in the way that they did. Like, no one knew what was happening really and truthfully, and then they just got Monk. And let's be honest, Monk was a first team coach?
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going on?
The apprentice became the master.
It's like, what's going on? And it's like, I don't know. With Laudrup, with Brendan Rodgers, you could see the direction Swansea was heading in. He moved on. Always thought, you know what, Swansea are a bit shaky there. But then they got Laudrup, and it's like, all right, moving on.
The direction where they're going.
Yeah, you could further see like, well, okay, they're still trying to push on. But now it's like they've got Gary Monk, and it's like they're on a crossroads now.
Like,
they're on a real crossroads.
For me, all that's
Swansea at the crossroads.
For me, all that's left is for Ashley Williams to say, right, enough. I want to move to Arsenal.
Well,
for me, that's all that's left.
Yeah.
And then literally,
want to move. He had a poor season last season.
So would you say before we throw out to the Skypers, would you say for Swansea right now, and maybe even Southampton, it's a case of
life sucks and then you die?
Not really, but for me personally, I would say that it's more self-inflicted. I think, okay, like here's my thing with the Luke Shaw deal, because of Ricky Lambert goal. if you're factoring in age and you want to get younger up front, fine. But in terms of selling Lallana as well and potentially selling Lovren as well, no, you can't do that. For me, all right, Davis goes. You go and say, okay, we Michu to go as well, and it kind of Michu is that one player based on that 2012 season, and of course bits of last season as well, even though things with him and Wilfred Bennett didn't quite work out in terms of them as a tandem. He was that one player in that Swansea team where you kind of like, he's the one that carries the aura. He's the one that teams have to specifically game plan for. So you take him out of the team, there's no real fear of Swansea anymore. You see what I mean?
You know what? The real fear of Swansea was their style of play. That was the realest big factor.
And he was the one that actually made it click and produced the end product. And you cannot argue with his 22 goals in that first season and the fact that he helped them win the cup. You cannot argue with that. That is undisputed. So literally, I'm like, you take that out of the team, what have you got?
But I just want to take one more. One more.
One is his magic number.
There's only.
Yes, it is.
One. Have you noticed that all people speak like one? No jokes. You'll get that reference if you Boondocks. I would have said the whole like Boondocks. Riley. But no. Demba Ba, yeah. Now for me, you mocked him earlier for leaving Chelsea, yeah. And you mocked him.
No. I
you
mocked Chelsea for buying him and basically not utilising him as much as they
I just wanted to touch on the fact this is classic Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is
That's why I was
classic Chelsea because it's the hoarding system. Buying players, Daniel Sturridge, Demba Ba,
Wayne Bridge,
all these players, they'll have good seasons, look to move on from their other clubs. Big clubs are interested. Chelsea will buy them. Depending on what they do, Chelsea will hoard them, suck away a season or two, and then get rid of them.
And there's someone else.
I was going to say you might want to rephrase that.
Now,
yeah.
in
There's
terms
someone
of
else who I'm forgetting. He had a lot of hype. Oh, what was his name?
For Chelsea.
And he moved from Swansea to go there. What was his name?
Oh, Scott Sinclair.
That's the other one. Yeah, Scott Sinclair. Where is he now? Like literally.
You know what? It's crazy.
Shall we bring back that segment? Just for the summer, just to have Scott Sinclair.
But the thing with Demba Ba, moving.
That's the old pitch. Oh, the old pitch talk shows, man. Where are they now?
Shout out to the Menahan Street Band, by the way, with the original "Make the Road by Walking." This is Rock Boy.
You know, is a good move for him in terms of you know he's gonna get games now. He's gonna get games and
you're gonna see how good he is.
And they've got the Costa up front.
Yeah.
But how is the Costa gonna perform?
How's
the Costa gonna perform?
My thing is like this, right? When you look at vintage Chelsea under Jose Mourinho, and even post Jose Mourinho, you had the battering ram, all-purpose action man. That was Didier Drogba.
Right? Apparently might be Didier
Drogba. La la la
la.
As a player
coach, yeah.
So I'm like this. What Diego Costa is, he is, for me personally, a slightly lesser version of the white-hot, in-form Didier Drogba. And let's be honest. In the beginning of his Chelsea career, Didier Drogba was poor.
Well, his first season was terrible.
Left, right, and center.
He looked like a baby giraffe in his first season.
He was getting ripped left, right, and center.
And then after that, it was
arguably he became one of the best strikers in the world. Yeah. For me personally.
For a time, yeah. It's unplayable at times.
So now that they have the element back in the team, and let's not forget they have all those creative players to support, right? I don't know when they're gonna, drop a Fabregas in there, but Fabregas in there, he'll create chances. Oscar in there, he'll create chances. Hazard, he'll create chances. Salah on the other side, he'll create chances. Charlotte on the other side, he'll create chances. Don't forget Matic, he's going to hold it down in the middle of the park. Ramirez is going to go box to box.
The question is, though, the big question is for me, will Mourinho let these players play their natural game, or will he force them, like last season, to rein themselves in? Because bear in mind, Mourinho was happy playing spoiler last season.
Yeah, but
when he knew Chelsea weren't going to win that, he was just happy playing spoiler.
I think in order for him to achieve his goal, for him to achieve his goal of challenging for the title, they have to be a little bit more expensive. That is an absolute necessity. I don't see how he can't do that. That's going to be the only way that, for example, Chelsea can do that. So, yeah, I think you'll see a much more expansive Chelsea. And let's not forget, now he's not dealing with the pieces that were already there. He's now putting in his own pieces.
Yeah.
So, I think there will be swift change for Jose Mourinho and Chelsea with these guys. But you're right. I think Demba Ba move because he was literally rotting away on the bench. I think, as you say, from him playing week in week out, what you'll see now is just how good he is. And for me personally, he's a bit of a streaky player. In that when he was at Newcastle getting a run of, no, not like that. He's wrong. Literally, like when he got a run of games at Newcastle, right? When you saw him at Newcastle after he got a run of games in the team, and he got hot, he was scoring goals. It was as simple as that. He was banging in goals. Arguably, he was one of Newcastle's best strikers of the last, give or take, 5-10 years. For me personally. So, what's going to happen is, at Besiktas, he's going to get run in the team, he will start to score goals, and what will happen for a lot of Chelsea fans is they'll look at it and say, why did we let him go?
Jesse, we've got a question in here for you.
For me, okay.
Yeah, from Daniel Frimpong Grant.
Daniel what?
Frimpong Grant.
Please tell me that he's a Emmanuel Frimpong fan.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
I don't
enough.
know.
Is he part of the Dench gang though? That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to try and look.
Is he Dench though? I'm joking. What's the question?
He's just asking. I think it's just a query. I don't think he's from the UK, but he's asking how many players have Man United bought.
Let's see. There was Luke Shaw. There's Ander Herrera, and those are the big two so far for me. In terms of anybody else.
Big what?
The big two.
Bright lights and
I'm just gonna ask him. I'm just gonna ask him if he's listening live. If not, I'll just tell him he can see the reply.
Those are the big two. But as Edward would have said, there's more business to come. So I would just say let's wait and see.
Well, you know what? Speaking of waiting and see, there have been a few of the Skypers waiting. Mike Harneman, you wanted to jump in on Debussy and have at it on the others as well before we're moving on to some more transfers.
I'm going to start with the Remy one, actually.
Go ahead.
I think that's a really good move for Liverpool. I think, obviously, he was spotted at the Emirates a couple of times last season. I was thinking Wenger might have taken a punt on him, but maybe looking at the style that we play and basically just playing with one up top. Obviously, we've got the big man Giroud up there. And because of Remy's height, it's sort of more shorter and a bit quicker. I was thinking he might have changed the tactic a little bit and play a bit of a different formation next season at Arsenal. So I'm a bit surprised that Wenger didn't take a punt on him there. But he's going to be a really good signing for Liverpool, I think, because him and Sturridge and stay fit, Liverpool will be up there.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. But no, it's going to be a good signing. I think Remy, if and when it happens, he's going to do well for us. I think anyway. But we'll see. We shall see. The previous games
with
Garrett,
with Michu as well. I think Swansea, I agree, they're going really downhill at the moment, selling all of their better players. Obviously, like you're saying, Michel Vaughan might be next. Could be Ashley Williams. If Vermaelen goes, maybe Wenger will take a punt on him as a replacement or something like that. Could be, it could be anything really happening with Swansea. And basically, I really do think they're going to have to do some big business to have any chance of staying up this season.
I think everyone does have to do something. I think everyone's got some big business to do, because if you're not trying to beat the drop, you're trying to keep up with the other title contenders or the other European contenders in Man United. So one of them ones. Here's one of them ones. I mean, Ross Vernon, you wanted to jump in on Michu and Liverpool's deals quickly before we round out.
Yes, first and foremost, what I had to say about Michu, I think that is a bit of a surprise for me, Michu leaving Swansea, because they had a good season last season in the Premier League. But for me, Michu, it was a decent he did well. Hopefully, he can reduce his form over in Napoli and get back on form. And for me, for Liverpool, doing some decent business, fetching in Lambert, Lalana, Emre Can, who had to limp out, injured with a calf injury. He's now out of the tour to the United States now with that calf injury, which he limped off in the 2-1 over Preston in the weekend. Liam, he picked up a calf injury and had to be substituted after 20 minutes. So he's been confirmed as being out. And with Remy coming in, on Sky early today, he 8.5 million fee, which he could rise up to 11 million pounds for Loic Remy. So that's a bit of more information on Remy. And we're mentioning on there as well that Barini, his agent, told him earlier today that he's happy to stay at Liverpool and fight for his place, and at Anfield is set to turn down Sunderland to stay at Anfield. And with Debuchy on, I think Debuchy would be a good signing for Arsenal. I think good ideal replacement for Sanyo as well.
I mean, Mike Harneman also wanted to come back in as well on the
just before I go on to Debuchy, I think I'm going to continue quickly with the Michu one. I think him and Higuain could be a really formidable partnership up front, and I think that can be the kind of partnership to scare a lot of defenders in the Italian Serie A next season. But yeah, mainly with Debuchy, I think that's a brilliant signing. I think him and Sanchez, well, it shows the direction that Wenger is trying to push the club in. He's trying to push us on with some big players, some big well-known signings. And basically, I think he's probably going to be better than Sanyo. Bombing down the flank. Defensive side, try and get the defence a bit more stable, because obviously last season we were 5s and 6s against Liverpool. Well, actually, it wasn't United; it was Liverpool and Chelsea, and sort of teams like that, and Man City as well. I think it was 6 against them. So I think he's going to concentrate more on the defensive side of it to start with Debuchy, and then he's going to push on a bit more with Debuchy and kind of get him into the Sagna role as more of a fullback towards sort of a couple of seasons' time.
I mean, it's one of them ones. One thing for sure is that nothing's for sure. But anyway, the one thing for sure is that business is very, very interesting at the moment. A lot of clubs, as I said, are getting their stuff done early. So it's going to be interesting. The earlier you get your business done, the more time you've got to bed in your players. And that, my friends, is of paramount importance. But you know what? I'd like to give a couple quick shout-outs. Big shout-out to Insitu.co, our official facilities provider. Insitu.co, create, engage, inspire. And also LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video, www.ljaproductions.co.uk. Also a big shout-out to ApparentlyRich.com, simple yet effective web solutions to get your company off the ground. Ooh, yeah, off the ground. But also, that's ApparentlyRich.com. Also official _SXE, at official _SXE on Twitter. Simply Exclusive Entertainment. If you need a party or rave film, hit them up. Hit them up. It is one of them ones. But you know what? We've got a lot more chitter chatter. We've got a hell of a lot more chitter chatter. Give a wave to everyone watching, tuned in, of course. We always give them away. G-Man, give them away. G-Man, give them away. And Jesse, give them away. Yeah, we are live. Ooh, yeah, nigga, we're live. But Liam, I can't even before we can get the line out.
But shall we move and groove?
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. You might wind up in a body bag. This is one of them ones. But you know what?
Was that the Ski Whiff remix? Yeah, I'm just asking.
It kind of was that. It kind of was. Ski Whiff, the thin line. I love that. I think that is actually where DJ Decline actually sampled the tune that we all know. Anyway, family show. Anyway, well, we tried to be anyway. Kerbal right on me, strike one. But you know what? It is time for us to move on to
talking points.
Yes. 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 We're alive.
You alright?
Oh my God, we're alive. The hills are alive with the sound of pitch talk. The hills are alive. Oh God, that actually hurt. Anyway,
what the hell?
Oh no, what the hell is going on? Oh, there's almost that temptation. Just if I want to crap out of you, I'd pick it out of your teeth. But I know Jesse Fizzle is looking at me as if to say,
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's just the look on Jesse's face. G-Man says, I don't really care right now. I don't give a damn. But let's move into some international continental talking points. Massimiliano Allegri has been appointed head coach of Juventus, succeeding Antonio Conte, who resigned on Tuesday. Allegri is the new manager of Juventus, the Italian champion said on their official Twitter feed. The Italian media report that Allegri has signed a 2-year deal that will earn him €2 million, £1.5 million a season plus bonuses. Conte made the surprise announcement that he was leaving Juve on Tuesday after winning 3 straight Serie A titles during his 3 years in charge. The former midfielder, and this was the big rumor going around actually as to why he quit. I'd quit after that haircut. But anyway, but it's one of them was.
It's this thing down here.
Yeah. His barber needs shooting. And sorry, talking about Paul Pogba, by the way. Some of those, yeah. It's one of them ones. You just think someone they paid to get those haircuts done. But anyway, the former midfielder could take the Italy manager's post left vacant by Cesare Prandelli, who stepped down as national team boss after a terrible World Cup campaign in which his side were eliminated following the group stage. Another international continental talking point. Germany captain Philipp Lahm has retired from international football with immediate effect. Lahm, who's 30 years old, captained Germany to glory in Brazil, playing every minute of every game as the national Mannschaft ended their 24-year wait for the trophy. National Mannschaft actually sounds really, really wrong if you think about it, but I'm going to leave that to you guys and you guys on YouTube to think about. Why does that look like an ice lolly? Why see that looks like a rocket lolly to me. What's it? Barcelona's away kit next to Charlton's away kit, and it looks like 2 rocket lollies next to each other. It's very, very strange. Very, very strange. But yeah, University of Greenwich to Qatar Foundation. That's quite a jump. But anyway,
back to the story.
Philipp Lahm said over the course of last season, I made my mind up that I was going to end my international career after the World Cup. I informed Germany coach Joachim Löw of this decision on Monday at breakfast. Ooh, breakfast at Tiffany's, I wonder. But anyway, and Lahm said, "What about breakfast at Tiffany's?" He's just doing the guitar motion. Some air guitar up in it. I love it. Oh, this is tremendous. But the Football Association has announced that Steven Gerrard has retired from England duty after 14 years of international football. So it's one of them. Gerrard made 114 appearances for England and skippered the country at the recent 2014 World Cup. Only Peter Shilton on 125 and David Beckham on 115 have won more England caps than Steven Gerrard, and that's from Opta. That's actually from @OptaJoe on Twitter. Gerrard won his first cap against Ukraine the day after his 20th birthday in May 2000. Scored his first international goal on the stroke of half-time during the 5-1 thrashing over Germany in September 2001 in the World Cup qualifier in Munich. Some say Germany owe England, in terms of the World Cup thing as a conspiracy theory. Some would say that Germany owe England because at the end of the day, that 5-1 battering was what started Germany thinking, holy crap, we need the overhaul. But anyway, that's conspiracy theories. But Gerrard set up 3 of England's 5 goals at Euro 2012, and he picked up a total of 12 yellow cards and 1 red card. And his career in numbers, 8,505 minutes on the pitch, 21 goals with a shot accuracy of 46.7 plus 22 assists. Now, Philipp Lahm, on the other hand, it's one of them was, man. The World Cup was the 9th trophy that Lahm had lifted in just 2 years, having previously claimed the Bundesliga twice, the DFB Pokal twice, the German Cup twice, the UEFA Super Cup, German Super Cup, the UEFA Champions League and the FIFA World Club Cup with Bayern since August 2012. Lahm was installed as Germany captain for the 2010 World Cup when Michael Ballack missed out due to injury. He was originally only meant to wear the captain's armband on a temporary basis, but Ballack failed to force his way back into the national team, and Lahm has led the country since. Now, we've also got some international transfers as well, because there's a hell of a lot. Toni Kroos has joined Real Madrid from Bayern Munich for £20 million. He'll wear the number 8 shirt for the new European champions. And he's been handed a 6-year deal, so Toni Kroos must be on cloud 9. Could have all been so different, though, if Higuain had scored, it might have been all different. But so on them was Juventus have completed the signing of Real Madrid striker Alvaro Morata. He's gone for a reported fee of €20 million. Morata, who's 21, arrived in Turin on Friday night and completed his medical on Saturday. Real Madrid have reached a £70 million agreement for James Rodriguez. This was from today, Monday, 21st of July, 2014. And Real Madrid have reached an agreement with Monaco. And wow, including performance-related variables within that £70 million. But it is one of them was there are still some personal terms in the medical to be done, but it's almost a done deal. Rodriguez, the general consensus I think here was that he was one of the players of the tournament. He got in the World Cup. He got 6 goals, 2 assists, 12 key passes. His pass accuracy was 76% and 3.2 shots per game, and that's from Opta. But one that Jezzy Fizzle is scrolling through and seeing all over his Twitter feed. Evra completes Juve switch from Monday 21st of July 2014. Patrice Evra has joined Juventus from Man United in a fee that could rise to £1.5 million. The 33-year-old French international signed a 2-year contract with the Italian champions after ending his 8.5-year stint at Old Trafford. The Juventus statement read, Juventus Football Club can today announce that Patrice Evra has signed a 2-year deal with the club for a fee of £1.2 million to be paid in 2 separate installments. Was agreed in Man United. A further payment of £300,000 will be made to Man United in the event of Juventus qualifying for the 2015-2016 Champions League. You know what's funny about this?
No, tell me.
You know what's funny about this? I love the fact that Juventus combine that. Juventus
Alvaro Morata.
They combine Morata for €20 million, and the everything. Wait, where is it? £1.2 million to be paid in two separate installments. Do you know how stupid that sounds to me? That sounds stupid. It's like, yeah, here's €20 million. Oh crap, we want this player, but yeah, can you take the money in installments? But we saw you pay €20 million to that team. You're telling me you can't afford to pay $1.5 million up front. That's what baffles me. That's like going out. For me, that's like going out and buying a Ferrari outright, spending $100,000 on the Ferrari, and then having to borrow money to put petrol in. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. But ever going to Juve, at least he's not leaving the club and talking smack like Ashley Cole. Oh, English players should go abroad. Oh, it would broaden their horizon. It's coming from a guy who's basically leaving for retirement. But anyway, it's one of them ones, and a welcome to Jamie Bailey.
You know what though? And it's interesting that you welcomed Jamie Bailey at that point, just because wasn't that something that we were saying about younger English players a couple of weeks ago? point that we all debated with Mr. Jamie Bailey as well. So I think here's the thing: as much as it's very, very late on in his career that he's going, I still think he's right. I think the young players that aren't getting so much of a chance, for me personally, I think if they're going to get playing time and develop in terms of technique, young players should go abroad. I don't really see too much wrong with what Ashley Cole was saying. Now,
no, I don't. No. I agree with what Ashley Cole's saying, but it's like Mourinho talking smack about Jack Wilshere. It's like, Mourinho, you want to talk about? We'll get into this later, but it's like, you want to talk about role models? Yeah, you're going around acting like an arrogant fool, talking smack about everyone and criticizing people, and then you're one of the biggest hypocrites running in the game. Ashley Cole now, it's like, more players should go. It was either more young players or more players should go. English players should go abroad. Coming from the guy who's going abroad at what, 33, 34 years old. Yeah. Maybe if you were 18, you could have been talking like that. But you're right at the end of your career, basically going for your last big contract. So I'm sorry, it's hypocrisy.
But maybe he might have gone to Italy, Rome, and then had that feeling and might have regrets basically.
No, but for me,
yeah.
And let's not forget, right?
I mean, for me, I can equate it to, let's say Piers Morgan was to start calling out fickle Arsenal fans. It's that degree of hypocrisy.
Fair enough.
It's like, yeah, what you're saying is fair, but you can't say you can't be going around saying it because you look at you're it.
Why can't Ashley Cole say
to borrow one of your phrases, hypocrite living in a hypocrite's world. But
but why can't Ashley Cole say it?
Because this dude is basically hinting that young players should be moving abroad to ply their trade. Hey, he's going right at the end of his career. So you can't be talking smack saying more players need to go over when you're only going right at the end of your career.
But then I suppose like the other question is
that's like saying,
was there opportunity for him to do that?
That's like someone like say David Villa saying, all young Spanish players should go to the MLS, and it's like, dude, you're only going there to finish up your career.
Oh, you think he's just saying it in a whim, basically, because he's going over there now.
But let's leave that one aside, because Evra guy to Juventus, proven player, as G-Man we were talking about earlier today, still a couple years in the tank, good signing, and especially for that team.
Yeah.
James Rodriguez for £70 million.
Wow.
Astronomical.
Wow.
But inflated transfer market
because of the
Great World Cup.
Yeah.
No, just generally. Generally inflated
of
market,
course.
And Real Madrid are largely to blame for that.
And my question,
but also the Morata deal, Tony Kroos for 20 million.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good deal. But Philipp Lahm retiring from international football with immediate effect, and Gerrard as well. Gerrard, not a surprise.
No.
I think we all saw that coming. We all kind of said that it looked like it was going to happen. So it's one of them was who steps into that breach. On the post-match playmaker Facebook group, it was like, they were having a little debate about, and I think it was Toby Smith who actually brought up the debate about who's going to be potentially who should be the next England captain. I would say Joe Hart or Gary Cahill. I would say that leadership needs to come from the back, and it needs to come from a player who's going to be there for the next 8, 9, maybe 10 years in that team. Rooney, no, I don't think should be the England captain. But I mean, it's one of them ones. I would go for Cahill or Joe Hart. I would go for one of them two. But thank you, Stevie G. It's one of them ones. You gave your all. You got the captaincy about 8 years too late, but you did what you could. And at the end of the day, you can't blame one player. You can't blame just the manager for the systemic failings in England. You really can't. But a lot of people will because they're blinded by the parasitic media hype. Now, moving on to Philipp Lahm. Moving on to Philipp Lahm now. Philipp Lahm is the smart one. I think he's one of them ones. Go out. Philipp Lahm has basically gone out on the highest high that you can. What other high is there than winning? What higher plateau to step off from than winning the World Cup? You can live off that for life, like the NWO. for life. You can live off that. But guys, what do you reckon?
I think, yeah, the Steven Gerrard, for me, it was kind of inevitable because it was like realistically, how long could he continue playing international football? And I think the other thing is, let's being pretty honest, the pressure was immense, right? And there were so many people against him, like literally. I'm kind of like, you know what? For me personally, there was no point in him continuing. He might as well have retired.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are already saying, look, he's past it. He's a has-been. Just let it lie. Like literally, that he needed to retire. That the next whoever in terms of the central midfield for England needed to stand up now. So, for me, it's really it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
But having said that,
right, Philip Lahm retiring for me is surprising because he's got so many more years left to go.
I don't think it really is surprising.
He's
30.
Yeah, but he's got gas in the tank. He can go to the next World Cup easily.
So are you saying
easily?
That's a mad thing.
Are you saying? Wait, Jesse. Are you saying in terms of Germany? Can I paraphrase Shawn Michaels here?
No.
It's on.
No.
Them ones. Shut up. I want to do it anyway. No, but it's on them ones. In terms of Tony Kroos, are you saying in terms of Germany?
Philip Lahm.
Sorry, Philip Lahm. Kroos is at the other end of the spectrum. Are you saying that Philip Lahm is the icon that could still go? Is that in terms of Germany?
Very much so. Very much so. Because here's the thing, right? People were forgetting his positional switch from fullback to defensive midfield. So whatever pace he's going to lose through injury, age, etc., etc., it's not necessarily required. And he can spray the ball around, so it's not necessarily needed. Like the transition time, and by the time the next World Cup comes around, is legitimately become a full-time defensive midfielder and fulfill that role for Germany, which he was doing in the first few games of the World Cup anyway.
He's played fullback as well. At left back, and that he's done well.
This
He's been
is my point.
distinguished in both positions.
This is my point. So I'm kind of like, I don't know why he want to retire, because for me, with the team around him, right, they can easily go on and win more, first and foremost. And the second thing, like I say, all he needs to do if he's going to carry on and, I suppose wants a new challenge in the national team, change his position full time and play defensive midfielder. Done. I don't say he's very, very young, but having said that though, when you look at what he's won, like if he was to retire from all football now, he would have otherworldly career, like legitimately. So
You tweeted out.
it's just so wrong.
He actually tweeted it out. Oh, good gravy. Good gravy.
So,
you know what? Before we continue on further, before we continue on further, we just want to give a couple of shout outs. We got El Marquez in the house. Mark Gould, what's up, man? You want to say a quick hello to the people?
Yeah, hey everyone. The keyboard was me. My bad. My
bad. How's it going, man? How's your week and weekend been?
Been good. Went at a festival. It was nice. Got to hear some tunes. Got to sleep in a tent. Got to get bitten by bugs. All the best things you love about everything. Oh, and no internet connections to the outside world. So pretty cool.
He's secluded. I'm getting bitten, baby. No, all good, man.
You wish you was getting bitten, Liam.
I'm not at liberty to talk about that on air. Anyway, we try to keep it a family show. Bright lights and the thing will be there.
Oh,
but anyway, I'm leaving that one aside. Oh man, but you know what? We've also got Jamie Bailey in the house. JBK, how goes it, dude?
I'm good. I'm good. How's you guys doing?
Yeah, not too bad, man. How's your week and weekend been?
Been a bit slow, but just hoping just to get some good news from my situation, and so hopefully I can actually get back to doing what I love best.
I hear that, man. All right, all I can say is situations will arise, but you gotta be smart about it. That's all I
Yeah, you're
can
damn
say.
straight about that.
Well,
Yeah.
Nah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. We've also actually got another returning Skyper, and that is Mr. Samir Sawney of Motivate Sports and Fitness. Samir, tell me you got your mic on.
It's on. It's on. It's on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell me you've got your mic on, and I'm not talking about Brazil.
Let's not go there.
That is
Good.
terrible.
I know it's
That is
terrible.
god awful.
It's not a scripted ad lib of my.
Why are you all
right?
right?
Yeah, now he's stealing my lines. Let me start stealing. Don't make me steal your Old Spice rant again. But Samir, how goes it, man? How's everything at Motivate Sports and Fitness? You've been very busy recently, haven't you?
Busy with a capital B, man. So busy. Good busy. Very good busy. It's good to be busy. Apologies, I promised I'll be back, so I'm back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome
You know,
back.
you know what
Welcome
what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do for Samir now, isn't it? We gotta do.
I'm back, baby.
That's what we gotta do. He's back, baby.
I have to go away more often. I like that. I like that.
Are you are you sticking around for the rest of the show?
I'll stay for as long as I can, guys. I will do my best.
Nah, good stuff, good stuff. You know what, yeah? Want to ask you, actually. Philip Lahm retiring from international football. Allegri being appointed Juve coach after Conte resigned, which was a surprise. Gerrard resigning from England duty after 14 years. Kroos's deal from Madrid to Bayern Munich for 20 million. Juve signing Morata from Real Madrid for 20 million euros. The James Rodriguez agreement for 70 million pounds, and Evra going to Juventus as well. What do you think? What do you think on those deals?
I think this has been quite a boring summer so far.
Oh my god! But what do you reckon of those deals, man?
It's interesting, isn't it? It's all kicking off just as the World Cup comes to an end, although to be honest, I think it's been bubbling under the surface. Taking the transfers aside, I think the Lahm thing, personally, I think he's a very shrewd, he's just a shrewd guy. He's thought, I've done everything I need to do, and let someone else, take the reins now. Some people could stick it out. I think we've seen that with a lot of international players, and even countries where players, we've seen it with Spain, players who just sort of they're just being selected on reputation rather than form. And moving on to Gerrard, I think he's just got to a stage where he felt he can't go any further, and I don't think he wanted to take any more stick as well. I mean, English football anyway is, hopefully it's going through some changes and consultations, or however they work out. I just think he feels that he's come to a natural conclusion after he said 14 years, and he wanted to leave with as many positive memories on what's been good and bad, But for the transfers, where do we start? Evra, well, probably the best for both clubs, I think, really. I think Juventus has got experience. They need that at the moment. They want to win in Europe. I don't think they have a huge interest now in the league. If they want to do something in Europe, it's going to be incredibly difficult. However, it's another challenge. You're seeing a few players now seem to be getting attracted to Italy again. Not sure why, but they are. And that's a fan of Italian football, as you know, watching it. It's not. But anyway, that's that. And for United, it probably frees up a huge amount of wages for them. I don't think the transfer fee was ever in question. It's just Van Gaal knows who he wants probably now, and he needs to get every penny that he can get his hands on. Rodriguez, there's no value in football, if you ask me. I'm not saying he's a poor player. I've known of Rodriguez for a while, James Rodriguez. He's achieved nothing in his career, so to be the third most expensive player in the history of football is quite scary. It just shows you, taking a sidestep story, do you remember with Balotelli?
Yeah.
Allegedly his agent, it was Milan who actually said it, that he priced himself out of a move based on his form in the World Cup, and it's a theory, if you believe, allegedly. Arsenal were the club that was interested in him, and allegedly the transfer fees now dropped from almost 30 million to almost half that now.
Yeah.
So it just shows what the World Cup can do for a player. It's got very little to do with anything other than form.
I mean, the scary thing about you saying that James Rodriguez hasn't done anything in his career yet, you had the same for Gareth Bale, and look how much he went for.
I'm not disagreeing. I mean, I'm a big Gareth Bale fan, but at least he's played I'd say, at a level where you could say, I'm not talking about the fee, but at least you could say he's won Premier League accolades, maybe not titles, but he's been voted consistently as being one of the best players, if not in Europe, then at least in the Premier League. So at least he's earned a move. I'm not talking about money, I'm just saying the move. The money is still ridiculous, but then that just proves that Daniel Levy is a shrewd customer for selling players. And for James Rodriguez, I think he's slightly got a big issue here because he's going to a club which is jam-packed with players, and it's going to be difficult for him. Yeah. But anyway, good luck to the lad. He's done well for himself, and if he gets the move, then so be it. Who else? Allegri. That's a funny one.
It is, isn't
it? It's very. I mean, Allegri did win the league with Milan, so it's not like he doesn't know how to develop a winning side. But at the same time, he is one of these characters where you just can't be sure with him, and to do with the style of football, it's so heavily politicized at Boardroom. We think we've got it tough here. Out there, it's even worse. You know, Allegri doesn't come across as the sort of guy who's gonna, you know, the fans don't want him. It's fairly obvious. I mean, the Conte situation was that, from what I've read and seen, it sounds like that Conte was not happy with, before he went on holiday. He was talked out allegedly by Nedved, one of the directors now, Pavel Nedved, training player, to think about it, coming back and resign. The whole Vidal situation, I think other players are potentially being obviously hovered over, and Conte wants to develop his side again with fire on all fronts, including the Champions League. So I can't understand why they've gone after someone like Allegri, who's had, okay, I said he's won the league, but he's had 18 very difficult months at an even more politicized club. Juventus are much more club of the fans, but they demand results.
Yeah,
Milan are now in a rebuilding phase, which is what Allegri had to accept. Juventus aren't going to accept anything other than a title win, probably a cup win, and at least a semi-final of the Champions League. I'm not sure if you can cope with that pressure, but time will tell.
No,
I can't think. What other transfers have happened so far? Of course, Toni Kroos. Well, all I'm going to say is, and you know this is a Liverpool fan, when it's about value for money. Now, I like Adam Lallana, 25 million. Toni Kroos, World Cup winner, 20 million. That's really scary, and that is what's wrong with British football. Where you have English players who are being priced at that price, right? Whether or not they're good players isn't the point. Talent. And he's going, okay, he pushed for the transfer. Allegedly there was verbal agreements before the World Cup anyway. But nonetheless, 20 million is a steal in the current climate, don't you think? So he's gonna be a fantastic signing for Real Madrid, as far as I'm concerned. It might take him a short while to get used to the style of football in Spain, and he's going to be kicked about a lot more than he's used to in Germany, and the referees, I would say, are a bit more difficult to deal with in Spain. They're not as maybe hot on, you know, protecting players. But I think he's still going to do a job for Real Madrid, and the squad they are putting together, I have to say, they're going to have to get rid of you. I mean, Morata, I know, has just gone to Juventus. I mean, not just talking about Juventus. They're looking quite tasty, I have to say. But I don't know. I'm never sure with Real Madrid, to be honest. So yeah, and obviously there's more transfers to come, aren't there? So I think this Balotelli thing's still got legs in it.
Yeah, that's one of them was where he's being rumoured.
I believe that he's being primed for a move. The way, I don't know if you saw, there was a picture of him. You know, he's a Puma player, Arsenal of Puma, if you believe it. Allegedly, there was an Instagram picture I saw the other day where he and his partner were standing in a unnamed Puma store in front of an Arsenal sign.
And everyone went crazy. Everyone went cat crap crazy. And we're just like, oh my God, he's definitely going to Arsenal. Woo!
You know, it got people talking, and sometimes that's enough to force something through. But Wenger, whatever he's doing at the moment, it sounds like the Puma deal is really helping. Okay, some people would say that, you know, he's brought in Debussy, who's not everyone's cup of tea, but he's brought in Sanchez, and I know that they're on the hunt for a goalkeeper, and I know they're still looking at forwards. I know Remy doesn't look like that's going to happen. That looks more likely to be Liverpool right now. But certainly he's looking at some quite, you know, I'd say experienced players. Balotelli, you know, I tend to believe there's a world-class player in there, but the problem is he has to stop mucking about.
Yeah.
So if he's going to go to anyone that's going to try, I suppose Wenger's there's worse managers out there. I don't know how hands-on he'd be with a person like that, because I've always thought that he'd be with his staff. But I don't know. Maybe this is the final challenge for Wenger. Can he turn Balotelli if he gets him into a winner? I just can't see Balotelli going to any other club.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think it's one of them ones where Balotelli, in a similar way to what people have said about Dimitar Berbatov and Emmanuel Adebayor, like they all right, they need to kind of have that arm around them and be around somebody that loves them and respects them. So I like to take Mickey out of Adebayor any chance I get, but I think Balotelli would need that kind of fatherly role for someone to take that, because when City got a bit out of him, it seemed to be that him and Mancini were getting on very well. It seemed to be that, but time will tell. Time will tell. I mean, I don't know if Jamie Bailey's still about, but it's one of them ones. Thanks for your opinions, by the way, Sam. And Russ Vernon, you wanted to ask Jesse Fizzle a question because he's up on the Italian game.
Yes, I did. Right. Jesse.
Yeah.
You may have seen with Leeds, they've signed a few Italian players like Silvestri, and we've signed some more Bianchi and a few other players so far this summer, including one from Sampdoria the weekend. Have you seen much of our new signings that we have got from the Italian league, like Marco Silvestri with the new goalkeeper, Donato Berardi as well, the defender who's just signed for us as well, and if so, what do you think? Do you think they'll be able to play well, do well in English football? And
says that what I want to happen to Leeds is for them to become a lot like Watford, where there's a lot of and it really just doesn't work for the team.
And it ended up crippling the team when they all had to go.
Yeah.
I mean, Watford were not the same team without Vydra up front. I mean, Troy Deeney was good. Don't get me wrong. Troy Deeney's a good striker. But the fact is, Vydra, he scored a bucket load of goals.
So that's the only thing to be wary of. And I think that's kind of something to be wary of anytime there's lots of additions. So I would just say, as long as there's a defined plan in place, there isn't really much to worry about, as they do seem to be quality additions. As to whether or not they help you, in terms of challenging the championship next season, what I will say is this: it's a matter of how well the team is put together. I don't think one player. There's no team in place. In the case of, say, for example, Luis Suarez last season, Liverpool had a team behind him. It wasn't just him by himself. So it's really a matter of everybody coming together at Leeds and there being a clear goal in terms of style of play, so on and so players fitting that and going out and actually would be the best way to go about, them winning games and hopefully.
Jesse, hopefully I'll have a bit more idea on see us again in the field, so I'll let you know a bit more about what I think of them next week on the show.
And I look forward to your blog on that game as well.
I'll put what I think of the new players, if any of them do feature, because I think if we signed him now, if he plays, I think if he don't play tomorrow, he'll make his debut on Saturday, and I think Silvestri will start as well, and Bianchi in midfield as well.
But sorry, Ross, we got to shift on because we got a couple of people who want to jump in about these international transfers that we've gone over, and that's quite an interesting point that Samir Saunier said about. I think Cellino's trying to do a Watford in some ways, but I think he has a plan. I don't think Cellino's got a plan at all. I think he's crazy as cat crap. But anyway, it's one of them ones where Kieran, did you want to jump in on these international transfers that we've been talking about so far?
Well, it was more to the fact about the England captain. I know how you were saying that Joe Hart should be it. I do agree with you there.
I'm saying he could be, yeah.
He would be a good captain, and he's got good morale, even though he did sort of play quite bad during some of the matches over the World Cup. But he would make a good captain for England, to be honest, in my point of view, anyway.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. I mean, like, apart from him, I suppose, who would be next in line? What, maybe Gary Cahill? But he's not even a captain at his club. And I know the same argument goes for Joe Hart. But in terms of that on-the-field leadership, that visible leadership, I think Joe Hart is the only candidate, really, that demonstrates any kind of, I suppose, shall we say, out on our old-school passion, in inverted commas, out of most of the players on the pitch anyway. And then failing that, you want to say, what, potentially Wayne Rooney could be captain? No. Sorry, but no.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
So, you know, in terms of the options, me personally, they're very, very slim for me. So,
yeah.
I think you're right. I think that Joe Hart would probably be the next logical choice.
Yeah. That's what I reckon. I mean, you look at how good certain keepers have been, like say your Peter Schmeichels, your David Seamans as captains. They've been huge players from the back.
Don't forget John Luigi Buffon.
Good point. Very good point. So, but also we've got we have in the house Mr. Jamie Bailey, JBK. You wanted to jump in on these international transfers quickly before we move on?
Just more regarding what Sammy Silney was saying. I would say the whole situation with the transfers. You look at if we're only talking about transfers, you look at I'm going to call him James Rodriguez. He was right about that one. He's done nothing just to actually. He was bought from Porto for 34 million by Monaco. Monaco, what was the situation with that? Was that Monaco just had to buy another player?
Well, Monaco could afford to pay exorbitant transfer fees because they didn't have to worry about the tax. Because they didn't have to worry about the tax.
Look at the financial fair play rules, and they're one of the 8 clubs that are in trouble.
Well, they don't really count yet. And also, yeah. Well, they don't actually really fall under that jurisdiction yet. So it's one of them ones in about a season or two. Then it's kind of hit Monaco because you get that grace period of a couple seasons to make up your numbers, and that grace period is actually nearly over. But the fact is with the Monaco thing, there's a lot of legal loopholes that they could get around because they're a principality. Their tax laws are different to France, which is how they've been able to do the exorbitant wages and the exorbitant transfer fees. That's how they've been able to get around.
Same thing with Barcelona.
Barcelona still come under Spanish rule, but it's one of them was Monaco are a principality, so they're completely different.
What is the other in terms of Balotelli? Whether he comes to Arsenal or not, he probably will be the bad boy that everybody doesn't want at the club, and that sometimes works for the club. But as we've already seen, what good is he going to do for the club when we've already got enough strikers in the reserve side? I don't see why they can't be given the chance. If I look at some of the thing, Leeds United bringing in more players like they did, like what crash if they don't get into the Premiership. QPR, Harry Redknapp has literally said, and this is what Redknapp style is because it is based on the fact that England played with an identity, which has been lost because some sort of person has said, let's go out and copy what Spain or Germany were doing.
Well, with that point, we're gonna go in more in depth in the special feature later within the next few weeks about that. So keep that in mind because we've got special feature segments lined up.
Well, speaking of all the other transfers, yeah, they're great. Patrice Evra, Ashley Cole, as you guys said, didn't really have a chance to say it, but Gordon Strachan said it already. Why didn't he move when he was younger? So half of that conversation has already been done.
Well, Gordon Strachan has had a horrible has had a horrible knack over the past month or two. Over the past month or two of coming out with stuff that we've debated like literally months and years ago. But leaving that aside,
just looking at all the things that we were talking about, it's including Philippe Lahm Philippe Lahm retiring and Gerrard retiring. You guys are saying Joe Hart again. Joe Hart's under a manager who's Chilean. Why would he choose? If you think about it, who is likely to take over? It's not going to be Joe Hart. Reason why? Because he's too young. He's not for somebody of his caliber. Even Gary Cahill, none of them are going to get that chance for the simple fact that they're under a different club. For me, it goes back again to England have not got an identity. If you're going to be looking at bringing in Joe Hart as the main captain, then he's going to have to be playing week in, week out. He was dropped for 10 games. That helped him, but to be honest with you, has it? So if you look at Wayne Rooney was at Manchester United before Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo takes over as number one person, and somebody actually explained this to me weeks ago. When Chris, that's when Rooney decided. That's when Rooney's form dipped completely. Gonna get the captain's armband, Rooney. Why? Because he's been the mainstay for the last few years. That's as simple as it gets. It doesn't get any better than that, and that's what England are missing. The amount of managers that are not English in the top 4 or even in the top 10 is most likely just going to be anybody that they can pick at a random hat, and that's what it's going to come down to. So you're only looking for a yes man just to actually do what the FA board ask you to do, because that's what Roy Hodgson was brought in to do. And the same thing that happened at Liverpool is the same thing that's going to happen with England. If Roy Hodgson stays in, England are going nowhere. I guarantee it. See again,
it's coming back to something we've debated over the past few weeks, whereby saying that one person's going to lead to the demise of something, for me, that's the attitude that's holding us back. It's not even an attitude to hold us back. It's proven. No, but it is an attitude. It is an attitude because it's not an attitude. Because it's actually been proven. If you look at it. Hold on, wait, Jamie, hold on. It is an attitude. And as I said, we've been debating it over the past few weeks, and at the end of the day, blaming one person for the systemic failings of a country is pointless. But doing that, basically, it distracts from everything else. But you're blaming him for England's failures and saying that England are going to go down whilst Roy Hodgson is still in charge. So you're kind of blaming him. You're kind of looking ahead and blaming him already. When it's one of them was you could put any manager in the England position right now. We've got now. If you look at it, but you have to look at the systemic failures because that's what's holding us back. The reason why I'm not looking at the systemic failures is because being a coach, I don't have to at all. The systemic failures are coming from politics. Hold on. Hold on. All right, before this goes off on a tangent, it's one of them with. To me, it's one of them ones where it's like I don't have to look at the systemic failures, but it's those systemic failures that are holding coaches back. So no, they're not. Personally, I think you might want to look at the systemic failures that are happening because it is potentially hampering coaches such as yourself who are trying to climb up the ladder in the game. But that's my view. This is the reason why I'm not looking at the systemic failures within England, because as far as I'm concerned, even if I was to be national coach of England, I would have already looked at I would have already made a difference without even having to. I wouldn't want to be England coach. I wouldn't even want to be in. I don't want to be a manager at that level. I don't want to be a manager at even club level, not just in this country but all around the world. The reason for that is because I don't have the power just to actually to influence an entire club. But then again, that comes back to systemic failures because if you haven't got the power, where do you get the power from? You get the power
This
from
is
the
why I've
machine,
got-
from the system coming back behind you.
But I'm not looking at the systemic failures. I'm looking at what the country has as a manager. The reason why I'm looking at it that way is because if I look at his track record, he's done well in certain countries. But in certain countries, that system worked then. Now that I'm talking about where his managerial status in this country has not really helped him. He's done well at Fulham, that's grade level. He's done well at West Brom, that's grade level. But then he went up to Liverpool. What happened? Liverpool went down, just like David Moyes did with Manchester United. Same thing that happened with who was the other manager that's done that?
Jamie, I'm gonna have to cut you. We're gonna have to cut you short. We're gonna have to cut you short because of time. And also, Sam Greenham's been waiting to jump in. As well. He's been waiting with zen-like patience. So Sam Greenham, sorry Jamie, but Sam Greenham, you wanted to jump in terms of these transfers, and then we've got to move on to our last couple segments due to time.
Yeah, I'll just make it a quick one. It was about Arsenal taking on Ahmed Fatih. He's an Egyptian defender / midfielder. He was at Hull the year we got promoted to the Premiership.
Yeah.
And he was like a fringe player in the Championship for us. He was a bench warmer, reserves. I think he played 7 games, most of them coming on off the bench. What is Arsene Wenger doing? Signing someone like that?
G-Man, you want to have a rebuttal to that?
So I didn't even catch that. I was having a little debate in the chat at the moment about Rooney and who should be Man United captain. Can you repeat that, please, sir?
Yeah, Arsenal have took this player on a trial. He's an Egyptian international, Ahmed Fatih. I don't know if you heard about it, but he's been pictured with the Arsenal team on a 2-week trial or something daft like that. He plays for Al Ahly, which is like labelled as the Man United of Egypt, but obviously they aren't that good because no one's really heard of him. But he was on loan at Hull, played 7 games, coming on off the bench most of the time. He was a fringe player for us basically in the Championship. So why would Arsenal really want him? What's he thinking, Wenger?
The only thing I could think about is marketing.
It's only a 2-week trial as well. There's no real risk there.
It's a 2-week trial and potentially marketing if he's, I don't know, tap into the Egyptian market or North African market by having a player of that sort, in and around the club. Look at Park. They bought Park. He never really featured.
But from a commercial standpoint, he made
Everton have done that as well when they were getting the sponsorship with Chang Beer.
And don't forget as well, this is the other part where I say marketing comes into it. Okay.
Fulham did it years ago with Junichi and Amoto. Well, Arsenal first and then Fulham.
Now, which nationality did you say he was, Sam?
Egyptian.
Right. I think the Egyptian national team, their kit is made by Puma as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
Arsenal are now sponsored by Puma. So
we've got a money in football segment about that coming up in a couple of weeks.
When you add those two things up, it's a matter of hate. It's a very easy way for risk here. There's, something that's done for free. If he's in low fee coming from Al Ahly, and don't forget Al Ahly are a very experienced club in terms of African Champions League. A lot of people sleep on that. So in terms of big game experience, not so much internationally, but it definitely has it in the African Champions League. I think if he does manage to get a deal with Arsenal, well done to him. And I think, for Arsenal, we want to go and expand, especially in the African market, especially now that they have the major kit sponsor of most African teams anyway. It doesn't hurt.
Good shout. But you know what, yeah? It is one of them ones. You had something for the next segment, didn't you, G-Man? You had a couple of things in it. I think Jezza Fizzle did too. So you know what, yeah? So, whilst you get that queued up, we are not heartbroken. Cause it's Pitch Talk, and it's Monday night. This is Pitch Talk. This is Pitch Talk, your Monday night footballing fix. This is Pitch Talk. This is Pitch Talk. Yeah. This is Pitch Talk every Monday with football, chat and banter. This is Pitch Talk. It's show time. We've still got more show. This is Pitch Talk every Monday night. But you know what? It's time to pause that.
I just want to say, one day we're gonna have the Pitch Talk girls in there to give you the proper backup singer.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm pitching for, baby. You know what?
So you can concentrate on your rapping.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I was gonna say we need the PT girls in there because.
That's a nice segue.
Cause G-Man is the player, babe. G-Man is the player, babe. What is he doing? What is he doing? Right. Hey, Mark, you might want to rephrase that. Hey, I saw that typo in there. That makes
See you
me
later,
look
mate.
bad. And by the way, Mike Hardiman, would you like? Oh no, no way, no way.
All right then.
No.
It's gonna be a mud ting.
You are terrible.
Be a mud ting.
G-Man is terrible for this. He is terrible for this. G-Man is terrible, you know. He is terrible. And by the way, El Marquez, all of that stuff is actually on SoundCloud and it's on some of it's on Mixcloud as well. So it's one of them. Was my former career, if you want to call it that. Experimenting with a bit of rapping, but it is one of them ones where it is time for your Monday Night Football and Fix to have a bit more fun. And how are we going to do that? Why are we going to do that? Hey, it's one of them ones. Showtime.
Funny push.
And funny moments. As we are brought in by Spoonface's Chinese flute rhythm. G-Man, you want to open up with the funny quotes, moments, and tweets, or shall we drop one that relates to your team first? All right, let's drop it. Look at get away from me. You're just shooing me away. An Arsenal fan tries getting Debussy on the back of his shirt and fails miserably, I must say. It's not as bad as Mert. Actually, no, it is worse than Mertesakelny. I don't know what it is with Arsenal fans this week. We saw Mertesakelny on the back of someone's shirt because he couldn't decide whether to get Mertesacker or Laurent Koscielny. And what's it? A picture is doing the rounds. This is from July 20th. And yeah, Tom Wood, I saw it. You know, you're the guy who we actually saw this picture from. A picture is doing the rounds on social media of an Arsenal fan who has screwed up the name on the back of his shirt. In a terrible move, the lad tried to get the new right back Matthew Debussy's name on the back of his jersey, but forgot to buy the crucial H. I'm going to come back into that actually. Making the fail that much worse, the Arsenal fan clearly didn't notice his error as he took a picture of himself and posted it online. Credit to @TheLadBible for the spot. So basically, it's Debussy 2. Debussy. The dude forgot the H. How do you forget the H? The H. The H. How do you forget that? There's no WR in there. But I understand times are hard, but £1 a letter, surely you can afford the extra £1 for the extra letter. Surely. And Mike Hardiman, take it easy. I was actually hoping for Mike's opinion on this one. But it's one of them ones. G-Man, Debussy. Sorry, it's not Debussy, it's Debussy, according to this guy's shirt. What do you reckon, man?
I gotta say the guy's a bit of a pleb, isn't it? What Oh yeah.
Wow.
No, but, yeah.
He just came out swinging.
The dude's a pleb.
No, you know what? No. Listen. I am one that struggles with foreign names at times. I admit that. But if I'm gonna get a name on the back of my shirt, and it's usually gonna be my name, yeah. But if I am gonna get a name on the back of the shirt, I'm at least gonna have, like the wording written on my hand or something. So, you know, when the person is present, I know what letters are.
So we know you ain't gonna wash your hands from point to point. Otherwise,
No.
you smudge the spelling.
You know when you go into the shop and they ask you to fill in a form, he's obviously put DEBUCY, and those people are just gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
They're not gonna second question him. He's a pleb. He needs to go back through all of his Twitter hashtags and his tweets, and he'll see Debussy, and you know, you're a pleb. Everyone was messing with you.
No, that is such a little. He's proper cruel as well, though. all I can say is to the guy who got Debussy instead of Debussy.
-5 stars.
Is the rating that he deserves, because at the end of the day, hey, he's got the shirt now. I don't think he can take it back. So it's a case of
Life sucks, and then you die.
For that guy.
Unless Matthew Debussy, and not Debussy, has it. No, but here's the thing, right? Debussy sounds like some sort of rapper. Like I'm just.
What, like Lil Boosie? I've heard that name before through Mike Epps. Lil Boosie got locked up, y'all. Oh, now you're gonna make me do that again. But anyway, no, it's one of them ones where there are some real stupid stuff. I mean, you know what? Yeah, it was one of them. I mean, Kieran Riley, you wanted to jump in, didn't you?
Yeah. Subject of having names on shirts. To be honest, I think it's like, I know people love having their names on shirts. I don't see the point in it, because every team releases a new shirt each season, and every season someone will buy that new shirt. So if you're paying, like, for example, a tenner to have loads of letters put onto a back of a shirt, and then only to throw it away at the end of the season and buy the brand new one and spend another £10 and so on every season, it's just like, it's a waste of money. And on top of that, you're paying like the 40-odd quid or 50-odd quid, depending on how much your shirts are for your team.
Yeah.
It's costing you a fortune. And then you're just ruining it by having letters and stuff on, and then just throwing it away after about 6-7 months.
Well, I mean, it's one of them ones. I mean, for me, I never get a player's name on the back of the shirt, just like what G-Man was saying. I only get my own name. Whether it be my surname, whether it be LJA, whatever, it would be one of them ones. I only ever get my own name on, because so many players move on through a club. I've been supporting Liverpool 20 years now. And it's one of them ones. Players move and groove. And, hey, it's one of them.
Yeah, I've never had a name or my own name on the back of the shirt, and I don't think I ever will, to be honest, because I just don't see the point.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I love the fact that Mark Gould's been like, whether it be some shameless self-promotion on the back. Hey, if I ain't gonna promote me, and if I ain't gonna promote me, or if me, G-Man, and Jesse don't promote PT, who else is going? I pose that as a question to the Skypers, and I pity the fool. Who doesn't promote Pitch Talk. Russ Vernon, you wanted to jump in on this as well, yeah?
I did, Liam, yes, because I've and then got back talking to Tom last night, and Tom you stupid. Come last week, but I've not got a name on back of that. I've got the gold away shirt second for the second year this upcoming season for Stevens, set to reveal his new away shirt, right? And on the left of that shirt, I've got Rudolph Austin, which I ordered on the via the website, so you got spelled correctly. Shirt to pick the name on, and also that one of the other shirts I got was the Pablo away shirt with the Empower badges on the sleeves and McCormack on the back. Even though now McCormack has left Leeds to go to Fulham for £11 million, which is the fee. And I'm still going to wear that shirt with McCormack on back, even though he's left, because if it wasn't for McCormack last season, Leeds would have been playing League One football this season. So I can see, he said if McDermott had stayed, he would have probably stayed. So I think. A lot of people are slated to a rival club. Yeah, they're in the same division as us. Like me and Tom been saying earlier on, I think Fulham, with the manager they've got and the players and the chairman they've got and the resources they've got there, I can see them being near the top 6. So, depending on how we're doing the first 6 games of the league season, hopefully we can be challenging them near the top of the season. But depending on if the players gel together and get results together, I think we could end up missing out on the playoffs this season and going on a push, and next season finally get to the Premier League. Lena said the target for us to get into the Premier League is 2016. So if we don't do it this year,
Russ, just to bring it back on point, because we got a couple of the other guys who want to jump in on this as well. Sam Greenham, you wanted to jump in on t-shirt prints, on football shirt prints, I should say.
Yeah, I've just got a quick one. I'd like to also thanks to Ross McCormack for scoring the goal that sent City up against Watford on the final day of the season. Good day. But I was at Hull City versus North Ferriby United tonight, which is like a local village team just near Hull. And as I was walking past to go get a drink, there was a kid. I don't know if he's done it on purpose, but with a shirt from Shane Long, sh.long.
That's brilliant. That is. Did you tell me you got a picture of that?
I'll see if I can find one on the internet. I didn't have my phone with me, but I'll see if I can find a photo. But that made my night. It really did.
I like sh.long. That is brilliant.
That is
clever.
Put it that way.
I like that. That is clever for me. That's it. For me, that's clever. Just like the I was watching the WWF Roy's War from the year 2000. It was Dean Malenko v S.A. Rios, and I posted it on Facebook as well. But I saw it. What that sh.long one? That was as clever as the poster that I saw that said we put the M in stupid. I love that. Oh, sorry. I love that. That's for me. That's clever. I mean, that's clever. We put the M in stupid. That's clever for me. I love that. It's one of the. Jamie Bailey said Chris
quick one from the game tonight you might like as well.
Shoot.
Obviously you'll know about the No to Hull Tigers campaign and everything and all that rubbish that's been going on here. The Hull owner was at the game tonight with his wife and son-in-law who owned the club, and fans walked in front of him with the No to Hull Tigers banner and held it up in front of him for 10 minutes of the game.
Oh, that's cruel. Cruel. Oh,
cruel, but
oh my word. Oh, Samir Sawney, did you want to jump in on this as well? As we saw what you put in the Skype chat.
What, Jan Venegor of Hesselink?
Yeah,
man. Sam would like that one, that was going back to the Hull City thing. That would bankrupt you, that name, wouldn't it? Direct debit.
I just remember them mocking on Match of the Day, saying, "Yep, this is the commentator who can say it quickest." I think it was what's it, Guy Mowbray, and he's like, "Yeah, Venegor of Hesselink has scored," and it's like, "Right, he said that quick. He said that quick."
That would win you a lot of points on Scrabble.
Oh, have I ever told you guys I love doing this? Oh my God. But you know what? Mark Gould has actually got a brilliant story that he's put in the Skype chat. Mark, please articulate that to the people. Where is he? Mark!
No way. No way.
No, come on. No, go on. You put it. Go on, man. Tell us this. Livy, Aribas. He's got Aribas.
Dididas of the day is banging. Had 4 lines.
Yeah, Adidas 4-stripe. Oh, I love it.
Mine's actually Lucky Strike. Don't worry.
I love it.
My mum ironed on the name M. Gould, which they turned into mould.
As the letters fall off.
Well, it's mould. Mould isn't too bad, you know. And it was mould. Then it was just old.
That's literally. I was like, wait, your name's Old? Oh, for crap. No, this guy and everyone, damn. Oh, that's cruel. That's cruel. At least it's not bowling. At least it's not bowling where someone, when you've left, has changed your name to Kid Toucher or something like that. At least it's not that controversial.
Yeah, but see, then people started adding their own names to it, so it started being bald.
Absolutely. Oh, just stapling on extra letters. super gluing it whilst you're sleeping.
Hey, bro, kids are cruel, man. Kids are cruel. I learned that at a young age.
Oh my god, that's quality.
That's
I got You shall not pass. Oh god. Oh, I can't wait for that. But you know what? It is time for us to pause that particular track because we are going into the last segment of the show. We're gonna have more fun on this one as well. Oh, that's a throwback. Now that's a PT throwback. We're going into the home straight of the show with our last segment, which is You two are doing. What are you two doing? I don't want to know what you two are doing. I don't know what you two are doing. Because Jezzy, the people could just about see the edge of your face on YouTube.
We're just going through the Instagram pics on Pitch Talk.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow us. It's
follow us on Instagram.
/Pitch Talk, all one word.
There we go. There we go. We are on IG. And you know what, yeah? Or what's up with that moment? Shakhtar stars go AWOL in France. 6 of Shakhtar Donetsk's star players have gone AWOL in France and are refusing to return to the Ukraine, a report claims. According to respective French media partners InfoSport and Canal Plus, the players missed a flight from Lyon on Saturday night after a pre-season friendly. 5 of the 6 players have been named, and they are all from South America. 4 from Brazil, 1 from Argentina. The players in question are Douglas Costa, Fred Dentinho, Alex Teixeira, and Argentine Facundo Feria. Donetsk is right at the center of Ukraine's current political turmoil and the tragic Malaysian Airlines crash which occurred in the region. All the players mentioned were multi-million-pound signings and amongst the team's biggest stars. All five of the players in question are likely to have plenty of suitors in the transfer market should they be allowed to leave. Although as none of them have been capped at international level, it's unlikely they will be able to sign for an English club. Now you know what? Yeah, this is a weird one because think about it, 6 players going missing, just randomly going missing, or AWOL in France. You think they're trying to force a move?
That's a very good question.
Because I think it might be one of them ones. It's time to bust a move. Sorry, I love that tune. Young MC, Bust a Move. Brilliant tune. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. It's not as if I'm saying.
Rick Ross loves all my food. No, triple cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, right in the back of my Maybach, eating a turkey burger. This McDonald's so magnificent. Eat with me or eat away from me. This is Burger King music.
You and Jesse, you looked at me as if I was saying that. But you know what? The fact for me, it's a weird one. That 5, 6 players can go AWOL just randomly. You know one of them. You know one of them ones. You know when them was where bloody, yeah, where Shakhtar probably thinking.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Well, it's whatever. What do you guys reckon of this, though, man? What do you guys reckon?
No, I mean, of all the times to go AWOL, and of all the places to go AWOL, honestly, I really do not know what to make of it. Really do not know what to make of it.
But Mark Gould's got a funny theory in the Skype chat.
Mark, what's your theory?
Mark, what did you put in the Skype chat?
Let's be honest, if I was in France, I've been there a couple of times. They've just gone a little bit of skiing, had a bit of wine, got trapped inside a little hut somewhere on a hill, and then they're deciding who they're going to eat first.
I thought you were going to go broke back with that, but hey, I'm glad you weren't eating.
They make guys.
Well,
nice
a bunch of
too.
guys in a wooden cabin. Sounds a bit broke backy to me.
They're pulling straws. That's what I'm saying.
Raw, they got Jeffrey Dahmer.
Are you big T in? Oh, you big T in the skies.
I love that. I love it. It's on them words. The drawing straws as to who's getting eaten first. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Oh.
And that really isn't Burger King music.
Rick Ross. Oh. Rick Ross love eating people, don't he? Oh. It is mad. It is mad though. It is.
Thing is though, right? You got to think. Well, they've got no straws. There's only one other thing they can use.
No. Family show. No. Mark, I will say to you this.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
We gotta say that line. We're gonna say that line of thinking. Oh my word, that is mad. It's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. But you know what? Another what's up with that moment. G-Man, you might like this. South American football, from former Arsenal flop Andre Santos attacked by fans. Local media reported that the left back was hit in the face as he left Beria Rio Stadium in Porto Alegre. Angry fans also kicked him as he sought refuge in the van that was picking him up outside the dressing rooms, according to reports. The former Brazil and Arsenal defender has failed to impress since signing for Flamengo in July last year and has been a constant target of fans. That anger boiled over on Sunday as Flamengo lost again to find themselves rooted to the bottom of the league with just 7 points from 11 games. The Rio club had Chicao sent off in the first half and were no match for an Internacional side who are now one of 5 clubs with 19 points, 6 points behind leaders Cruzeiro. Now you know what, yeah? That is cruel to be punching him, kicking him. It's like the Chile. I think it was it a Chilean official who apparently punched a Brazilian guy in the face. It was fun. I found that funny. But the fact of the matter is, you got to say
-5 stars
to the people kicking and punching up Andre Santos. That is cruel. that is cruel. And you know what? Yeah, you got to tell us. I like that meme. I like that one. I like that one. Would you like to explain it? Considering we're talking about Andre Santos. The Arsenal link.
Oh, well.
I'll line them up, you knock them.
Well, the Andre Santos thing, yeah, that's Andre Santos thing is funny, yeah. But the actual memory that I'm looking at is the Batman and Robin one. If everyone remembers the formidable Batman and Robin memory that's going out, it's always changing. It used to be Pharrell and Happy. You had
because I'm happy. Bang! Shut up.
well, in this case, it's Arsenal and Tottenham. Batman is Arsenal. Tottenham is Robin, and it says we will finish above ARS, and that's Robin trying to finish his lines, and Batman claps him in the face and says, "Know your place." Hilarious. Wow.
Oh my God, that is good. That is cool.
You can't see on the phone. Sorry.
I'll retweet it, so it's fine.
-5 stars
to that attempt to show it off.
Wait, but you can't see it.
You can't see it. My phone is off.
You know what was even funnier? The Stereo John Cena references. That was just
I had to. That was one of them ones. No scripts here, like no scripts here, please. No scripts. Sam Greenham, you've got a what's up with that for us?
Yeah, I've just seen this photo on Sport Bible, I think it is. I'm not sure whether it is true, but Cristiano Ronaldo, Bale, and Rodriguez for Real Madrid cost around 265 million, which is more than how much Ajax has spent on transfers. 232 million. This is in euros, by the way, since their founding in 1900.
Yeah, no, I saw that too.
That's ridiculous. And Ajax are a big club. They've won the European Cup a couple of times. 3 players, more than a club's ever spent in the history.
It's crazy. That is what's up with that personified. It's like what? It's all you can say. All you can say to that with Real Madrid is
-5 stars.
And also in regards to the rest of football, everybody must be looking at that stat and thinking,
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's one of them ones you gotta look at it and think that it is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. You know, one other what's up with that moment. It's a good one, but it's what's up with that because it's actually kind of confusing. Mesut Ozil's donation sparks baffling charity money row. Mesut Ozil, on 16th of July 2014, Mesut Ozil reportedly gave away his £237,000 World Cup winnings. But there are conflicting reports as to just who the beneficiary is. The International Business Times mistakenly reported that Ozil, who helped Joachim Löw's Germany to a 1-0 win over Argentina in the World Cup final, has donated his winnings to the children of Gaza, according to a story in the Middle East Monitor. Now, this is where the conflict kind of comes in. And I'm not talking about Gaza in terms of conflict. I'm not even touching it. Amid the unrest in the Middle East, it was claimed that Ozil, who is of Turkish descent and is a practicing Muslim, was prepared to donate his semi-final and final winnings, which equated to that to the occupied territory. However, it was quickly proved to be false, and conflicting reports suggested that charities in Brazil were the beneficiary of the Arsenal midfielder's earnings. Now, it's one of them ones. Ozil announced after Germany won the World Cup that he announced before the World Cup that he promised actually to sponsor of 11. Was not only due to the 11 players, but to 23. This is my personal thank you for the hospitality of Brazil. You know what? Fantastic. And another fantastic thing, Malaysia Airlines crash. Sunderland fans raised £22,000 in tribute to Newcastle supporters who died on flight MH17. This from today, Monday, July 21st, 2014. Sunderland fans put their rivalry aside to raise money in tribute to Newcastle fans John Adler, who is 63, and Liam Sweeney, who was 28, who were on their way to watch their side in New Zealand. The supporters had aimed to raise just £100 for a floral tribute with the online drive on GoFundMe, but the total stood at almost £22,000 last night. So you know what, yeah? That is absolutely fantastic, and in lieu of recent fundraising activities such as Ibis FC and the guys doing Run for Rob, and it's one of them ones that it fills my, you know what, as cynical as we are sometimes about the game, as much as we mock and make fun. Much as we rant and we talk, it's fantastic. Now, the Mesut Ozil thing, the Mesut Ozil thing in terms of the Mesut Ozil thing in terms of like where the money goes. Personally, I was looking at this row brewing. I was looking at this row brewing with the Ozil donation and thinking, I don't care where it goes. I don't care where that money goes as long as it goes to someone in need, because it's a great benevolent gesture. And isn't that what life's all about? Isn't that what life's all about? To help others? One of them ones. Why not help those less fortunate than you? Instead of buying stupidness that you don't need for 100 grand or 200 grand, why not donate it to a hospital? Why not donate it to a hospice or a good cause? Why not? Why not? That's all I can say. Mesut Ozil and also the Sunderland fans raising 22 grand, and also the Argentina players who donated $135,000 to Garahan, a pediatric hospital in Buenos Aires. Fantastic. Great stuff. Love to see it. Before we just round out the show.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I know that I'm really the one that goes on about on a more serious note.
It's one of my gimmicks.
It's wonderful. Like literally, there aren't enough superlatives to go and describe that. And then of course the Argentina players going in and giving their money to the hospital, I think is to a cancer unit as well. And this is a pediatrics hospital, so it's a children's hospital. Again, absolutely fantastic. And you know, with the Sunderland fans, again, like between New. But this just goes to show that beyond football, beyond the banter of who's a Mackem and who's not, there are still people. And you know, if this is what football does in terms of bringing people together for a common cause to do things like that, I think football needs to do more of that. And a couple of weeks ago, we mentioned the Sport Recife drive for Immortal fans with the organ donation. Yeah, so right about now, you know, what we're coming across is more and more things where football is transcending being a sport, bringing people together for great causes, and long may it continue.
No, definitely. G-Man, anything to add to that?
No, I just want to add to the whole the whole Ozil thing. I think that done more to help here is, I think, you know, prize money from the World Cup, from it big from the Euros, from the Copa de America, you know,
AFCON.
I think the prize money should go back to go back to the people, right? You know, in terms of like prize money going to the players. Look what happened to the African sides, arguing over how much money they'll get. You know, they shouldn't be able to argue, because that money they should be thinking to give away and help that really need it. They're well-paid athletes.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it kind of goes back to the question that we asked about, you know, being paid to represent the national team and getting bonuses anyway. Argued a couple of weeks ago that the whole thing was, you know, it's supposed to be an honor. You see what I mean? So I don't know why default, for example, those monies aren't going back to, you know, honourable charities or certain infrastructures in the country where, for example, you know, there isn't the government intervening and taking that same money and using it for their own ends.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, as I say, thinking about it, again, I think this should be the norm. This shouldn't be something that, you know, we're lauding and saying is a fantastic gesture in terms of players giving their World Cup winnings as you know, to charity. That should be being done anyway in terms of that amount. Because here's the thing, most of these footballers, especially the ones that get to go all the way to, they're rich anyway.
Yeah.
Rich beyond, you know.
I'm rich.
Rich beyond, you know, an average Joe, or a G-Man, or a Jesse Thistle, or a straight shooting LJA. Anyway, you see what I mean? So
that's not difficult.
I'm like, why shouldn't they do that? You see what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be something. For me, the aim is that it shouldn't be something that should be applauded. It should be something that should happen anyway, because that's money that they don't need. Like, the only thing they're gonna do with that money is what? Like, literally nothing anyway. You see what I mean? So why not?
Mike Kahneman has said respect to Sunderland fans shows football fans do have a heart. Rivalries can be fierce and brutal in some countries, but Sunderland fans have shown their respect for rival fans by raising money for them.
Yeah, and the other thing that I was going to say about that is, you know, in contrast to what you've seen the Argentina team do, in contrast to what you've seen Mesut Ozil do, you've got certain countries, and I'm not going to name them all, but they're arguing over the money that they should have been paid. I'm like, the only argument to have about the money is which charity or which hospital or which organization that's going to go to.
Definitely. I mean, we've got Kieran Riley. You wanted to jump in quickly, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's very generous from the fact that the Sunderland fans have raised that amount of money for rival fans. I think that's very generous. That's just showing the respect that FIFA wants from fans to teams. The charities and hospitals. Well, I think they some of these really highly paid players that have awesome amount of money that they don't want to that they're just cope on like a normal pay with the rest of their money going to charities and to help all the families out on those victims that have got lost on. That were lost on the other plane, which still hasn't been found, and also the ones that got shot down over Ukraine, sadly, on Thursday night.
No, definitely. I mean, Sam Greener has put it well as well. At the end of the day, things are bigger than football rivalries, and we're all part of the same family, and every fan deserves respect. And right now, you're part of the Pitch Talk family. Every Monday night, you're part of the Pitch Talk family as well. I mean, it's one of them ones. I mean, Russ Vernon, you wanted to jump in quickly.
Yes, Liam, regarding the money Sunderland raised for the Newcastle fans, great gesture by them, and also on the exact same flight, a Leeds United university student. I'm not sure if his name's been mentioned or not. He was on the exact same flight as those Newcastle United fans. It was confirmed Friday on the exact same fan on the exact same plane as well. The university student from Leeds. He was on there along with a former journalist who worked at the BBC. The one from Leeds University was Richard Main. He took the flight from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur and he was on his way to Australia. He was in his second year studying maths and finance at the Leeds University student as well, and one of them at the former Best Man's former head teacher said he was an extremely pleasant and thoughtful young man who gave his time generously for everything. And I think during one of the friendlies games involving Leeds, with him being a Leeds uni student, I think to the people on there as well. And my sister's someone who was there for talking to. Sisters arrived there as well, so rest in peace to all those, and great gesture from Sunderland, I must say.
No, definitely, man. I mean, it's one of them ones. I mean, what's it? Samir Sawney said in the chat, sport has its uses, such as the work we Motivate Sports and Fitness are doing in West London, using it to get kids to connect. It's another way of proving how the game does have positive uses. It's too easy to keep bashing it, and rightly so. But there is good work being done and donations being made, and it's one very interesting thing that Mark Goulder said in the Skype chat. It's just a shame that every team can't just donate some money to charity. I think highly paid players should all donate a week of their wage to charity, as most will likely waste it or not use it anyway. Turning to what you guys were saying. FIFA should just set up a charity arm like the lottery, where they give out money to different causes. There are a few entities that the FA, FIFA, UEFA do a lot community.
Certain
and
clubs have their own foundations.
and there are community foundations as well. Certain players, like Jamie Carragher's 23 Foundation, there are a lot of players actively doing stuff, but you don't generally hear about it too much. Rio Ferdinand being another one. Craig Bellamy doesn't get the credit he deserves for it. And Mark has also said, imagine all the players donated just 1% of their wage per year before tax and national insurance. It would still be millions that FIFA could give up to all sorts of causes at a much lower level. So that's interesting stuff. That is actually fantastic stuff. It's a good idea. Good ideas. I like those ideas. El Marcus, salute, son. Good stuff. Good stuff. But you know what? It is one of them ones. This pitch talk. This is pitch talk. This is Monday night. This is pitch talk. Every Monday night. This is pitch talk. We're on Cafe Cloud 9. This is pitch talk. Every Monday night. Your Monday night footballing picks. Yeah, we've had fun.
I was waiting for that fade out.
We've had fun. What fade? What fade are you talking about?
No.
What fade? We ain't talking about the mad. Sorry.
Stop.
The mad thing.
You with the outro was a mad thing. Speaking of which, can we hit the official outro, please?
We can, but we don't get the people.
Looking at my auto, it's about that time.
I thought I was gonna say it's Rolex. Next thing, Jesse's wearing my Rolex. But anyway, let's give him a wave, man. Let's give the YouTube folks a wave before we. What are you doing? No, it's not there. It's not there. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. All I can say is.
I don't know what the hell's going on here.
But you know what? It is one of them ones. We gotta give you a wave, peeps. Come on, G-Man. Look, he's just still on his phone like that. Jesse gives the royal wave, the regal wave. Very regal, very regal. But you know what? It is time for us to say.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam, and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rod Perez. My name is Christian Carambeu.
Join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Lusher, former chairman of Ibis FC.
And you're listening
to Pitch Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ, the G-Man and Jesse Fizzle proudly bring to you your Monday night footballing fix, the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions, because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
And after those dramatic pauses, it's tremendous. It's been an absolutely fun show. www.pitch-talk.com is the official website where you can go to keep up with what we're doing. Also, you can get our podcast links up on Podomatic, Spreaker, Mixcloud, and iTunes. It's one of them ones. www.pitch-talk.com is where you can find our podcast. Also, 07535804466 is the mobile number. Call us, text us, let us know your views, just like Big T did, but we couldn't read that joke out on air. It's one of them ones, family show. But it's one of them ones. Also, Facebook.com/PitchTalk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. MySpace.com/PitchTalk. PitchTalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk. Either one will get you to blogs by yours truly, Straight Shooting LJA, the G-Man and Jesse Fizzle, as well as blogs by Russ Vernon, Big T, a.k.a. Tom Hewitt, Dave Mear, a.k.a. @Mearcy on Twitter, and many, many, many more. Many more. Also, Also, youtube.com/Pitch Talk for all of the videos, all of our videos, including the Pitch Talk on the Road series and the Pitch Talk Meets series as well. It's one of them. But also, twitter.com/Pitch Talk or @Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. We're also on Google Plus as Pitch Talk Live. We had a few people this week. Who were able to say. We had a few people who were able to say that, but it's fantastic. Big shout out to everyone who joined us on Skype tonight. The returning Samir Sawney of Motivate Sports and Fitness. Also, the returning Mark Gould after about a year or so of not joining us. Fantastic to have him back.
It's a mad team.
So it was big. To Russ Vernon, Greenham too. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to Storm FM, by the way, and HFM Hemel. Big time shout outs. Big time shout outs. Also a big shout out to everyone on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube,
Google
the
Plus.
silent listeners, Google Plus, of course. Big time shout out to Jamie Bailey, who was with us earlier as well. JBK, aka Jamie, Two Men Bailey. That will never die. The two men will never die. Unless you're in a cabin together.
Did you forget Kieran Riley as well?
No, it's a Kieran Riley.
Because he feels a little bit left out.
No. Big shout out to Kieran
You know what?
Riley. And of course, a big shout out to Tom Wood as well.
Yeah, Tom Wood. And don't forget Girls on the Ball as well, Sophie and Rachel. And of course, Pitch Talk's favourite rabbit,
Scotty! Of course. As well, there was also a big time shout out. Big time shout out to Thin White Line Magazine, the Section 357 show.
Manisha Taylor.
Yeah, exactly.
Miss
So many
Umbrini Alley.
shout outs, so little
Miss
time.
Lilia Lumi.
There you go. Also, a big shout out to the Post-Match Playmaker group on Facebook, especially Toby Smith and also Craig Django Gilbert with that picture of Stardust. I just keep thinking of that. Big shout out to Aaron Levi as well, who actually went to Avondale Park Primary School and grew up in the same area. Cool stuff as well. This one of them was Russ Vernon saying shout out to Mike's girlfriend Tara and Russ's girlfriend Amy. All good. But you know what? Yeah, big time shout outs to everybody for listening. And Mark wants a big shout out to his mum Maureen Gould, a solid lady right there. Patrick Gould too, solid peeps, man. Solid peeps. Solid for my D-Dash shirt, you know. Hey, you would have gotten away with that if it was an AC Milan one. It'd be Didas. Oh, big shout out to Sue Harneman, who was 50 yesterday as well. And you know what? Big shout out to everybody who had birthdays on the weekend. Also, big shout out to Lavinia. What's up? Big time shout outs to Sherelle Wedderburn as well. I'll see you later this week. And Andrew Williams. See you two later this week. You know what? It's a case of we have got to vacate the place with a haste. It's time for us to go. So thank you very much. Good night.